We're behind the 11 miles of fight and spring away from Tigerland. We never wake until the fire siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from Tigerland. Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. We're behind 11 miles of fight and spring away from Tigerland. We never weak until the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, for we're from Tiger. Yellow and black, we're from
Game of footy. You've got Bryce Campbell, Chris Massey.
Who else? We got Ty Allen, and the other one I'm not too sure about that, but the umpire's going to hold the ball aloft and set this game underway. The Tigers and the Roosters taken out of the air by the Roosters, immediately over to I think it was Howard who bombed it inside 50, but a good mark taken by the Tigers, and they break away and bring it back here to the half-back flank where Boak's got it, or Boak, whichever you call him. And he's got it just outside the defensive 50 on the grandstand side for the Tigers. Now, Travis Boak now brings it along centre wing. Up they fly, and chipping across is O'Hara in front of the pack to take the mark for the Roosters. He gets the support from Krieg, hands it off to him, and he'll go short into the centre wing position, taken there by Uni. So Uni now, centre wing, grandstand side, about to put North Adelaide into attack. The long kick towards 10.5 forward, but that's almost a Smithfield crash clanger because the Bay player got his hands on it. Thought he controlled the footy, but the umpire said no as it comes to Alloway. Alloway fires a handball to Bamford. Bamford from right on 50 chips at goal, but it's away to the right-hand side. The first score of the afternoon. The Tigers yet to score. The Roosters one behind on RPH footy. You're with Paul Blandis.
Hinge kicks out and finds Rudolph, the fluffy-haired and ponytailed number 15 Rudolph. He comes in board. They haven't rebounded from defensive 50 yet. Sherwood took the mark against his opposite number 16 and did pretty well. The left foot kick finds Moore in the centre square. He's got a funny-looking left foot kick there, and Byron Murphy will run onto it, number 23 of the long curly hair as well. He goes inside 50 to makeshift full forward. Panozzo takes the mark. Now, he's going to go back. It's going to be a very difficult kick. He's going back with a long run-up, Daryl Smith, and he looks like he's going to have a crack at it.
He's going to kick from just outside 51, would suggest, kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. Got the breeze coming straight at him, though, so it's going to be a tough kick. He did kick 6 last week, wasn't it? So he's certainly in form as the goal kicking forward. So in he comes now from right on 50. The kick is on its way. Looks pretty good off the boot. It's going to swing away with the breeze and then go out of bounds on the full. So no score on the board to Glenelg. Just quickly, courtesy of Mans Mitre 10, Bathrooms and Kitchens, Melbourne 4-4, leading Collingwood 1-3.
Okay, so it'll be Wakeland from fullback on the members' side in front of the Snouts Louts and the North Grog squad. So he kicks out now, looking for O'Hara. Coming from behind, almost taking a good mark, was Button running onto it, the mouth. Oh, he's been poleaxed over the boundary line by the player there for North in Greg Gorman. So aggressive tackling. RPH footy scoreboard. North a point, the Bay's yet to score. And Grand Central time clock says we've gone about 2 3/4 minutes of the first term. Daryl Smith, Dennis Brown, Paul Blandis on RPH footy. The SANFL specialist boundary line thrown was tapped down by O'Hara. Got it to the player there in Uni. He kicks it forward to centre wing grandstand side. Rudolph trying to paddle it backwards to Mules. Couldn't do anything. Allen, number 16 for the Roosters, was also in involvement. You hear from Daryl Smith on RPH, then Dennis Brown.
Yeah, Rudolph should have taken that and given it off, then trying to tap it like he did. He had no strength in his arms to get the ball back to his teammate.
Boundary umpire to throw it back into play. Half-forward flank grandstand side for the Roosters. The tap down by O'Hara. He's looking for Howard. He couldn't pick it up. The North Adelaide player's got it. I'm not too sure who it is. Might be... hang on, what's happening here? The umpire's wrapped his ankle. Oh, he's just adjusting his boot. Fooled me. Motlop was the player that had the ball for the Roosters, and the umpire's about to ball it up. Up it goes. This time the tap down taken by Reswick, but intercepted by Benny Mills. He gives it over there to, I think it was Fisher. Fisher now up towards centre wing. He's wearing number 13, Fisher. Murphy ended up with the footy, and then it came over to his teammate there for in Boak, who chips it the centre half forward, and there he is again. Panozzo certainly giving him something to aim at, Smitty.
He certainly is. He's looking to see if he can go short, I think, because he knows that the distance probably be beyond him. So he does now. This goes short to the leading player. And a great kick, a PDK highlight, and that's landed on the arms of his teammate. And is that Kirkby?
Yes, it is.
So great kick by Panozzo. And Kirkby was around about 25, 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. So kicking to the Broadway Hotel end.
Cop one high too after he marked it just quietly.
Okay, but no penalty downfield. So the Glenelg certainly side doing the attacking at the moment, which is good to see. Kirkby comes in from around about 25 metres out. 45-degree angle. The kick is on its way. He has kicked the first goal of the day, and it's gone to Kirkby from a kick from Panozzo. Great PDK highlight package there. Glenelg one straight. They lead North Adelaide 1 point. That's on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central time clock says we've played, with a poll right in front of me there, so it's probably about 5 minutes, I think, as this stage of the first quarter, and the Tigers on the board.
Yeah, is Nathan Loney, is out there? I haven't seen him thus far. Let me know if you see him, boy. Oh, was that him at centre wing out there? It might be on the outer side. Umpire with the ball, about to ball it up. I'll get Paul Blandis to put the specs on. If that's Loney out there at centre wing on the outer side, PB. Umpire throws the ball up in the centre. Up they fly. Button got high, but O'Hara got the tap down through the hands of Howard. Kicked high by Uni, and the ball out towards the half-forward flank. It was Loney, by the way, and as I speak, he runs onto the footy now, and the Shepherds to allow Bamford to pick it up. He goes into the pocket, and Jimmy Allen's marked it. Good use of the footy by the Roosters, and Jimmy Allen now on a very acute angle, though, Smitty. This will be a great goal if he can kick it.
Oh, it'll be a great goal if he does. Kicking to the Jetty Road Traders end, of course. And Paul?
Loney, number 23 for the Roosters.
Okay, in he comes now. Allen, the kick is on its way. He's just steered it through, and he's got his first. That's a real PDK highlight, that kick, because he actually guided that one through. So Allen's got his first. North Adelaide have hit back. They go to 1-1-7. They lead the Tigers one straight on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central time clock says we played 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, good reply by North Adelaide, just to stuttered getting that out, but it was a good effort indeed. And look, it looks like being one of those shootouts here again between Glenelg and North, and look, pretty impressed with the crowd that's here at the moment. I mean, the stand's pretty full, and certainly on the members' side in particular, but the outer side, which is always a good barometer, is certainly speckled with people. So well done to SANFL followers. Ball up in the centre, Button and also O'Hara missed it, and it bounced when it rather stuck in the mud. Involved there was Krieg and also Adam Fisher, number 13 with the long Guernsey on today. All up then, O'Hara tapped it down, went to Bamford, got it backwards there to the player in Dean Howard. Kicks inside, forward 50 now. Smith's taken the mark, and/or free kick and played on. He's going to get wrapped up by Alloway almost. Smith gets around him, and the kick is terrible. Smithfield crash Clanger. The hand pass by Uni, who took the mark, was terrible also. Being picked up by Button, going in involved and getting wrapped up in the tackle, Adam Fisher. It's at centre-half forward for North Adelaide. They're going to the Jetty Road Traders end on RPH football. 1-1-7 North, Glenelg 1 straight 6 RPH scoreboard.
Yeah, a couple of Smithfield crash clangers there by both sides.
There were indeed, so it's been taken there by Spawn, gave it backwards to Allen, kicks it quickly inside forward 50. Oh. Rudolph, I thought, was being man-handled out the footy. It didn't matter anyway because Backwell picks up the footy, kicks it into the centre. Kirkby up forward. I like that move, Darryl.
Yep.
He's a good player indeed. Kirkby takes the mark and he kicks it to Panozzo. You heard DB say the kick was a beauty. Now Panozzo a chance to go back. He's involved in everything up forward, Panozzo. Could be the move of the year.
Yeah, certainly could be. He's done extremely well. Last week he kicked 6, but he was also involved in another 2 that he gave off to McConnell. And a superb play. So Panozzo now will kick from around right on 50, directly in front. And is Kirkby going to repay him what he did to Kirkby in the first instance? So Panozzo now from right on 50. Tried to force the kick. It's going to be a tumble through for a minor score. And it has through. So it's gone through for a point on the board. So scores all locked away here on the RPH scoreboard. 7 plays 7. Glenelg 1-1, North 1-1. Grand Central says we played 6 minutes.
Okay, looked like Wintle bringing the ball in to half-back, and the mark taken there for the Roosters by, who was it, Spawn. Spawn goes out towards half-forward, off hands though. A chance for the Tigers. They've got possession, but they're tackled. The ball spills loose.
No, too high.
Paid a free kick to the Bays, and it's out Benny Kane that's got the free kick. Half-back, outer side for the Tigers. So the Tigers and the Roosters. Let's hope it's a shootout like it was last year as He goes along centre wing looking for, is that Kirkby again? No, it's Big Button that's taken the mark out there. So Button with the footy, centre wing out of side. Umpire said that he was probably infringed after he'd had the ball momentarily and was knocked out of his grasp.
Jarvis Ford interchange too. Wakeland on for North and O'Hara off.
Okay, the high ball now towards half-forward players. Set themselves at the back, though. A good mark taken by Ivans. He gets the handball over there to Allen, I think it was, who brings it out here towards half-back, and Delvins takes the mark. On the grandstand side, just outside the 50, a sweeping handball to Loney. Loney will go with another long handball. Riswick, the boundary umpire, fell over as Riswick goes in to try to pick up the ball. Oh, that's a free kick surely to Benny Moore. He was grabbed high. The umpire said, no, it's okay. Fisher slips over with the footy, goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw. I don't know how the umpire missed that high one, but he did. It was pretty obvious from here. But the boundary umpire's going to throw it back in between centre wing and half forward. Closer to half forward on the grandstand side for the Roosters. Back the ball comes spinning into play. The big men, Wakeland and Button. Button taps it cleverly now to Hinge, who bangs it up towards centre wing. Leading in the race for the ball there is Cabillo, is it? Oh, good hip and shoulder there from both he and young Richard Douglas. Great footy there by both players. And the ball's forced out of bounds for a boundary throw-in just to the right-hand side. In fact, the Broadway Hotel side of the interchange gate.
Something you don't see too often in the AFL. Good, strong hip and shoulders like that.
Indeed, so boundary line throw in centre wing grandstand side. It was taken by Bamford, got the quick kick around the corner, going back with courage. Kane. It's a PDK highlight. Very tough and strong. Ryswick coming at him, and also another Bay player, and Rudolph was involved in the contest. Kane, he bounces and plays on, of course. He kicks wide, looking for the player out there in Lucas Block. Beg your pardon, it's Josh Marnie. He taps it forward. Rudolph gave some support. I beg your pardon, it was Smith who gave it wide to Sherwood. Sherwood runs his full measure, goes inboard to Kane, providing support against Sherwood. Sherwood with the kick inside 50, but getting in the way will be Wakeland. Marks in front of Daniel Kirk, and Wakeland goes by hand to the North player. They can't pick up who it was, but Delvin's got it and kicks it out from rebounding defensive 50, and the mark's been taken by Spawn. It might have been Gorman, the player who couldn't pick up before, but Spawn goes into the centre. The mark's being taken there by Schubert. Schubert plays on immediately. Wintle in support also. Luke Ivans without the helmet. He unloads from outside 50. It goes long into the goal square. What's going to happen? Has it gone through for a goal? No, it hasn't. It's gone through for a point. I don't think it was touched. And Johnny Hinge will bring it back in. North Adelaide 128, Glenelg 117 RPH footy scoreboard. 8 minutes gone thanks to Grand Central.
Yeah, Man's minor 10, the bathrooms and kitchen score update. Melbourne 6-6, Collingwood 2-3.
Kaysler on for the Roosters. I didn't see who came off. Might have been Krieg in actual fact. That interchange courtesy of Jarvis Ford. The ball kicked out towards the grandstand side here. Big Smith got up, couldn't hang on to the footy though. Emerging with the football is Rudolph. He dropped it, picked up by the Mouse back. Well, that kick, was that almost out of bounds? No, it wasn't at the umpire. And good tackle by the Backwell there on Bamford, has forced the ball up.
It was a great smother by Bamford, because not only did he smother the ball, he actually kept control of the ball as well. Well done. Up
goes that toss up there on the half-forward flank grandstand side for the Roosters. The ball almost thrown out to Kaysler. In comes Loney. He grabbed it and tackled by Big Button. Goes to ground for another ball up half-forward flank.
This is where the Rooster side is so very good. They get in close and they're smashing Glenelg around the stoppages at the moment.
And Wakeland, the tap down was a beauty to Allen. He's wrapped up though by Ben Moore, and there'll be another ball up. So third ball up in about as many minutes on this left half-forward flank at the Jetty Road Traders end of the ground. Up goes the ball, up Spawn, tapped it down to Allen, but a free kick has been found. Going to go the Bay's way. Big Button. Wakeland hanging on according to the umpire. And so it'll be Button, who's now going to go and get the ball, which is very unsportsmanlike. I like to see sportsmanship in this game, Smitty. He could have easily picked up, I won't mention the North Adelaide player's name, could have easily picked it up and kicked it back to his opponent, but elected not to do so. As the ball comes towards centre wing, fraught with danger, but gee whiz, Benny Mule showed good courage to stand his ground and take the mark. And he kicks it up here to Ty Allen, who must have just come on the ground. I didn't see who came off. Interchange courtesy of Jarvis Ford now as Ty Allen goes up towards half forward. Getting his hand on the ball was Ivan and tapped it to his own advantage. He kicks it back here towards centre wing. Big Smith was being hung onto by the jump, but the umpire didn't see it. Smith gathers it. Great turn away. Will go with a sweeping handball very close to the boundary line. In fact, it's so close it's gone over for a boundary throw in that left half forward flank, or on the left half forward flank, grandstand side for the Roosters.
Yeah, Smithville crash clanger there, that handball, wasn't it? Missed his target by a good 5 metres.
Indeed, but the Bays look better with Smith at centre-half back and Kirkby at centre-half forward, that's for certain. And we're approaching about 12 and a half minutes. The boundary line throw was taken by boat number 29 for the Tigers. The kick was looking for the player there in Ruwalt. Schubert was copped in the back, and he will get the free kick, number 29 for the Roosters. So Schubert plays on. He wants to go this way, and then he goes backwards to Scotty Bamford. We saw him coming in with his two quarters. The kick was an absolute Smithfield crash playing. It was intercepted by Moore, who goes long inside 50. Panozzo, can he take the mark? No, he can't. The second effort was absolutely outstanding. It's 1-on-3, Panozzo, and he's going to win the footy. It's quite amazing. But anyway, it spills out now. Bamford goes back in support. He'll kick wide and finds Ryswick, marks in front of Ben Kane underneath the RPH footy scoreboard. A point in front. North Adelaide at the moment. Laney took the mark from defensive 50 and kicks in board to Howard. Howard's got a running player, and that's Wintle. The hand pass was good. The receive by Wintle, even better. The kick inside forward 50, looking for the leading target in Wunke. Wunke goes wider still, and it's a player out there. Gorman kicks it to inside 50. Alloway goes back. Does he take the mark? No. He was in the box seat. Richie Douglas, he handballs. He gives it straight to Cubillo. The kick was smothered, though, and a free kick for a throw against Richard Douglas will go to North Adelaide. The distance will be about 8.5 metres and the angle about 45 degrees. And going back, Tate Casler, Darryl. Yeah, Tate Casler kicking to the Jetty Road Traders end here, 45-degree angle. Only, as you heard Paul say, will kick from around about 10 metres out. And certainly the throw was there. The umpire in good position to see that throw and has awarded the free kick to Casler. So Tate Casler now comes in from around about 15 metres out. In he comes, and has he got it? He just snuck it through. He has got it through. So he's got his first. The North have got their second. They go to 2-2. That is 14. They lead the Tigers 1-1-7. That is on the RPH scoreboard. And 10 minutes gone, courtesy of Grand Central.
I wonder if the Caslers have got a daughter called Kate, because it's actually Kate Casler, not Kate Taylor. For the listeners out there.
I know what I said, Kate, did I?
Yeah, Kate
sorry.
Taylor.
Kate Casler.
Yes, Kate. Yeah, great movie. That was a great song too. As a umpire got the
As we see an interchange too, Big Button on and McConnell on for the Tigers, courtesy of Jarvis forward.
Yeah, Button off and McConnell on. As you heard Smitty say, up she goes in the centre, front position by O'Hara. Taps it down there to Wintle. Wintle with a handball. He gives it over to Laddams. Laddams now goes up towards half forward, looking there for Jimmy Allen. The ball over his head though, and taken by Hinge. He'll come back onto the right boot, into defensive 50 on the grandstand side. He chips it there looking for the Mouse, who's got to get up, but great mark by Ryswick in front. Mind you, he had a height advantage over the Mouse, who was trying to outmark him from behind. Ryswick immediately plays on and bombs it inside 50. The pack setting themselves out the back. Who's going to be there? Sherwood with a one-handed throw. He gave it to Rudolph. Rudolph back now, gives it to Kane. He's in trouble. Got the hurry kick away to but holding the ball. In fact, it's Daniel Kirk that was holding the footy, and the free kick will go to the Roosters. It'll be Dean Howard, and he's usually a pretty good kick for goal, Smitty.
He certainly is. He's 40 metres out, directly in front, kicking with the aid of the breeze. And he's going to the Jetty Road Traders End, and what a place that is. Went down there this morning and had a feed. It was fantastic. So Howard comes in now from 40 metres out, directly in front. He has just jabbed the ball and has missed to the left-hand side. So another point on the board to the North Adelaide side. And that was part of their game last week. They kicked a lot of points. 28 of them in the matter. 2 goals, 3 now. That is 15. They lead the Tigers 1-1-7.
So Hinge from fullback kicks in to Sherwood. It had to be good, and it was. Sherwood marks in front of Tate Casler, number 3 for North Adelaide, works for the Adelaide Football Club. Does Tate? I saw him at the football yesterday, as it turns out.
What's he do there?
Not sure, but probably like most other ex-footballers, not too much. But anyway, Sherwood plays on. In fact, he's not an ex-footballer, he's a current footballer.
Yeah,
so Sherwood rebounds from defensive 50. Rudolph was in the van. It was being intercepted now by Wintle. The kick round the corner is going to find Uni. You turns round on a penny, kicks over his left shoulder with the right boot. North Adelaide have got their third. They're 3-3-21. Glenelg 1-1-7 RPH football scoreboard. We've gone 16.5 minutes of the first term. Good work by North Adelaide. Yeah, it certainly was. Uni was actually standing at the centre-half forward position on his own for a good 2 or 3 minutes before anyone went near him. And then the ball came in, went straight to him. He turned around, as you said, Paul Blander said, on the size of a penny. Just turned around, snapped truly to the Jetty Road Traders End. So great goal to Uni, and that's his first. So the goal scorers so far for the North Adelaide side, Casler, Allen and Uni, and a single goal scorer for the Tigers, Kirkby. Okay, back in the centre, O'Hara and Kirk involved there, tapped down by O'Hara. Wintle running onto it. Cubillo, this bloke's going to get picked up in the draft. It's in the mud pile, and it was slapped out by Backwell. Running onto it, Cubillo, but getting involved for Glenelg was Mitchell. Running onto it now is Moore. They're out of the mud, and the ball's not going anywhere in a hurry. Richard Douglas picks it up, got a half a kick away. In fact, it was about a third of a kick away, and it went about a metre, and he ended up getting onto it, and it's basically attacking side of centre for the base. Yeah, Man's 1 to 10 bathrooms and kitchens. It is Melbourne 6-6.
Collingwood 2-3, that's at quarter time.
Okay, picked the D, so that's good work indeed. It was taken from the ball up by Laddams, got the quick kick forward. Now, Kirk should be in the van. He did a back turn and found Kane, 4-3. Is he going to 2? No, he's going to Moore, centre wing, outer side, RPH football. So just a lull as he tries to survey options. And he does that now, the kick going forward. He's looking for the leading player in McConnell. He dropped what he should have taken. Ball perhaps a little bit slippery, but McConnell did it well, went round this way, and then that way with the left boot goes back inside forward 50. Kirkby making the play. Cubillo, the hand pass was very slick to Delbins, gave it to Laddams. They rebound from defensive 50. If the bounce is good, which it is, allows Campbell in the van. Getting him is Mills. That's great work. The turnover is going to be costly. The mouse is covered in mud, not cheese. He kicks it inside forward 50, and the kick was a Smithfield crash clanger. And the pick up by Cubillo and the kick out of defensive 50 was a Smithfield crash clanger. Ty Allen for the Bays. Number 14, socks down, comes in board and finds the player there in Travis Boak, who marks in front of Trent Spohr. Now Boak, he's going to go back and put it inside forward 50. McConnell gives a bit of a half lead. In fact, it was about a fifth of a lead. The kick by Boak inside forward 50. Well, what's happened here? Everyone just seems to have left it. Kaysler got it backwards to Schubert. Schubert with a hand pass into trouble. Howard gave the don't argue to Pinozzo, was good. He went out wide to Delbins, and North Adelaide will be away. The kick from defensive 50 to find Gorman. In fact, it didn't find him, but there's 4 Roosters. The one that was taken by Cubillo. The kick into the mud in the Glenelg Oval is going to be taken by Travis Boak. He goes this way, and that the hand pass to Hinge was good. Hinge now on to Backwell. Backwell will use Adam Fisher now with the number 5 Guernsey. What's going on here? Fisher inside forward 50. Kirkby from behind. Mitchell in front. Gives the don't argue to the player in Ivans. Ruwalt trying to get involved. Mitchell goes back. In fact, it's not Mitchell. It's Kirkby goes back into trouble. It'll be a ball up inside forward 50. And RPH footy scoreboard, North 3-3-21, Glenelg 1-1-7, Darryl Smith, and then you call it Dennis Brown.
I wonder why he came out with the number 13 on his back.
Because obviously he hasn't got a long sleeve jumper with 5 on it, Smitty, I'd say, but he's now got the short sleeve on as the ball is with Bamford. Into defensive 50, the smother by the Bays was good. Kirkby gets a handball, Ruwalt picks it up, turns, props, kicks, and he's put it through for a sausage roll. Gee whiz, great work by the Tigers. There were heaps of them inside the attacking 50, and the goal to... it was the goal to Ruwalt, but great work by Kirkby in there, Darryl Smith, to register the Tigers' second goal. They go to 2 goals, 1-13. North Adelaide 3-3-21.
Yeah, it certainly is great work by Kirkby. He's certainly been a live wire up forward. But the disappointing part from the North Adelaide's point of view that no one actually came to Ruwalt. He was standing there and looking to give it off. No one actually came to him, so he actually saw the goals open and went bang, kicked it through truly for his first. So a good effort by the Glenelg side.
It was indeed. So the ball's back in the centre, and the ball up now has been taken by Benny Moore. Was tapped down, and he's been taken a little bit too high. So the goal scorers for North Adelaide, Allen, Uni and Kaysler so far. Doing that more so for the benefit of me because I'd missed one. But anyway, we're giving our listeners the 3 goal scorers. Ruwalt and Kirkby for the Bays. Ball back in the centre. It was tapped down, favouring here Murphy. He's going back towards his own goal, which is the Jetty Road Traders End. Comes in board to Moore. Moore gets some good support by Adam Fisher now with the number 5 short sleeve. The kick was a beauty. Heard Dennis Brown say the mark taken by Kane. The handball inward to Benny Mills. The kick into space. Well, it wasn't ideal. McConnell in the van there just seemed to leave it behind. The hand pass by Laddams went to Cubillo. Cubillo goes back to Laddams. They rebound from defensive 50. Ryswick took the mark. Handball's inboard to Howard. Howard's got a player further up the field in Alloway. The ball will get to him on the bounce. Running in support was Uni, but Alloway goes it alone. The lead from One-Key. The kick from Alloway was a beauty. One-Key takes the mark. Gee, that's good football, North Adelaide. It's a big number to wear and a big responsibility, but he does it well. 2-4 last week, going back at what will be his first this afternoon, Darryl. Yeah,
they moved the ball down from the fence all the way through the midfield and crossed the ground too, and One-Key's ended up with the ball on that outer side of the ground, kicking to the Jetty Road Traders End, of course, here of Challenge Recruitment Oval.
But the difference between the two sides, the Bays had the opportunity here. The kick was a shocker inside 50. He had 2 players leading. They take it straight down, and now here's another sausage roll coming up, you would think.
No, he's missed it to the left-hand side, so poor kicking again from the North Adelaide side. They've got their 4th behind. They go to 3 goals, 4-22. The Glenelg 2-1-30, that is on the RPH scoreboard, and bad kicking, as we do know, is bad football. 28 points last week. Have they got the curse again this week, DB?
Okay, red-nosed Rudolph kicks it out to half-back, off-hand. Big Smith's got it for the Tigers. The handball inboard was good. He gave it to Kane. Kane in turn now to Murphy. Murphy back to the player there in Kane, who bombs it right up towards half-forward. Ivan's running back, should take the mark, does take the mark on the second attempt into defensive 50 for the Roosters. On the outer side, he'll transfer play to the grandstand side. There's a couple of Roosters. One of those is Rosewick, takes the mark, immediately plays on towards centre wing. The ball is high, too high for his teammate there in Ty Allen. Oh, was that a push in the back? Looked like it from here. Oh, clever work by Fisher. Got it to his teammate in Bug, and got it back there to the Mouse, Backwell, who kicked it to half forward. Oh, coming through and taking the mark was Spawn. His teammate was trying to punch it away, but Spawn was too good, takes the mark. He gives it now to Wakeland. Wakeland gets it on to Ivans. Ivans up towards centre wing, but Benny Kane goes back and takes the mark for the Tigers.
At half back left, Jetty Road Traders in, comes in board, finds Mills, takes the mark, plays onto the pony-tailed Rudolph, who goes to Button. Button goes to Backwell with a hand pass. Backwell now inside 50 with the kick, but dropping back Schubert. Coming out was McConnell. It's a 4-on-1 situation until Boat came in. Can he get it before the line? No, he can't. It goes out just in front of the Glenelg Function Centre, just outside 50 for the Bays. They trail 2-1-13 north of 3-4-22.
Some of the disposals through the midfield has been fantastic. When they go forward, both sides are letting themselves down.
They are, but Glenelg are playing a good brand of footy. 7 scoring shots to 3. They need to score another one. Fisher took it from the boundary line, throw in, tap down, and kicks it inside 50. But Gorman, it was touched. The good umpire, Uncle Dick, he called it straight away, so everyone knew what was going on. Panozzo wrapped up Gorman in the tackle. That's good football all round. Good SANFL advertisement, umpiring in both teams. And Uncle Dick Williams, he will ball it up, he throws it up, and McConnell took it out of the ruck. Luckily, he wasn't tackled. Delvins tries to get a hand pass away. Ruwalt goes up the carpet. He's got his second. Oh, that was great football. Opportunistic, Darryl. And Ruwalt's got his second. The Bays go to 3-1-19 north. 3-4-22. We've got a game of footy.
We certainly have got a game of footy, but we often say in a quarter someone needs to squeeze a goal, and that's exactly what Glenelg did then. They just kept fighting and holding the ball in the area, and then as luck to fortune it came out and it fell at the feet of Rewalt, and he socked it through for his second goal. Great effort by the Tigers, DB.
Well, it was McConnell actually taking the ball out of that ruck throw-up, wasn't it? And as you heard Paul Blander say, it was fraught with danger because if he had been tackled, he would have been caught holding the sausage. But he got away the handball, and Ruwalt was in the right place at the right time. From the ball up, the Mouse emerges with the footy, the handball over the top, gives it to Boat. Boat now for the Tigers, goes into the pocket. That's not a bad check, and marking it in the right forward pocket. Is that Panozzo again? That umpire's called play on, has he? What's happening here?
He actually, I think
must have been touched.
It
was touched.
So then he's called play on. Now he went to play on, then he was tackled over the shoulder, and now he's got the free kick for Nozzo. So right in front of the louts down there.
He's in form, goal kicking was.
Well, he certainly is. So he's going to kick from around about 30 metres out, virtually right on the boundary line.
Actually, the louts have got a good view of this one.
They certainly have, and that is at the Broadway Hotel end, of course. And in he comes now, Panozzo. Kick is on its way, looks just over the top of the goalpost, so registering a point. So scores now 3 goals, 2-20. They trail North Adelaide by 2 points, 3-4-22. That's on the RPH scoreboard.
Yeah, second behind to Panozzo. And if you'd have been in that position, I suggest you would have used a check side.
Certainly would have.
The check side expert of...
I was teaching my boys how to do that yesterday afternoon.
The check side expert of the 40, weren't you? Sorry, mate. The ball is kicked out now to half-back. Offhand taken by Murphy now for the Tigers. Doubles back, doesn't know what to do. Didn't have any options, so it runs inboard, gives it now to Moore. Moore outside 50, bombs a high ball. That'll bring rain if nothing else. Again, the Tigers outnumbered, and they should have come away with the footy they do, as Schubert gets a handball back, gives it now to Loney, who has a bounce, and he'll go short, and the mark will be taken by... Howard, is it?
Oh, dear.
The kick came off the boot and hit a North Adelaide player and comes to Murphy. Murphy will go into the pocket. The turnover's costly. McConnell into the open goal and pops it through for another goal for the Tigers. They've hit the front here. 4 goals, 2-26 on the scoreboard. North Adelaide 3-4-22, and a costly turnover here when, I think, was it Howard or Uni?
Howard it was.
Howard it was, and the kick, I think, hit one of his own teammates, didn't it? And ricocheted back, and of course the Tigers pounced, as Tigers tend to do, Smithy.
They do too, and McConnell there, we saw him kick a couple of points earlier in the game against Norwood last week. In the South Adelaide game, his kicking was dreadful, but that time at least he kicked it with a bit of power, and he kicked it to the Broadway Hotel end, kicked it low and hard and went through for his first.
Forward line working with Kirkby there, that's for sure. Ball back in the centre there. Seem to be winning the centre clearances at the moment. Fisher went back to Boak. Boak ended up going to Murphy. Didn't get him on the full, but he ended up picking it up, giving it to Button. Button with the kick to Kirkby. The pick-up, if nothing else, was outstanding. Couldn't quite take the mark. Running away with a player in Ivans. Ivans has got a loose player in Uni. The kick was very well weighted and timed, and Uni Hand passes to Bamford as the siren goes here at Challenge Recruitment Oval, and he unloads with a screw punt towards the Jetty Road Traders end. The Bays with the use of the Broadway Hotel end there, 4-2-26. North Adelaide 3-4-22 RPH football scoreboard.
Yeah, Rewalt with 2 for the Tigers and singles out of Kirkby and McConnell. And individual goal scorers for North Adelaide, you've got Kaysler, also Allen and Uni. So the scores at quarter time here on the RPH Anchor Securities game of the day. It is Glenelg 4 goals to 26, leading by 4 points over North Adelaide 3-4-22. We'll go back to the studio. AMP, if you put in 20, the AMP will put in 20 as well.
Umpire holds the ball aloft to start the second quarter. The Tigers by 4 points at Challenge Recruitment Oval. Up they go. Getting his hand on the footy there was Button. Tapped it down and straight into that mud patch there. So who's the player on the bottom of the pack? It'll merge. It's the Mouse. Gets up looking like a dirty rat, more so to the Mouse out of that mud pack. The ball is tapped down, taken by Howard. Got the kick away towards half forward. First there will be Mills, but it's 4 Roosters, but the ball bounced back to Benny Mills somehow. He got away with a handball. Did it well. A chance now for Marnie to pick up the ball. Flipped it out the back. Did it cleverly. Picked up now by Boat. Boat
Well
usually
done.
finds a jumper, and there's 3 of them out there, and one of those is Benny Kane. Takes the mark. Kicks good support from Button, and Kane's long kick towards centre half forward. Oh, Kirkby up. Almost a good mark off hand, so the Roosters have the numbers. It's into a pack, and it'll be a ball up inside 50, just inside 50, and only about 40 metres from the Tiger goal. So the umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. The tap down. Who's going to take the ball? Out there was Loney momentarily. Marnie there's a couple of power teammates there contesting the ball. The ball spins out. Picked up now by Moore. Moore tips it back to the head of the square off. Goldman tapped the ball. I'm not sure whether he's trying to mark it or tap it. Here's a chance now for the Tigers. It's only about 20-25 metres out from the goal. But the umpire said, "Give it to me, boys. I'm going to ball it up."
Why would he take the mark there? Why would he not take the mark and then he clears the area?
Who knows what's going on. Ball up inside forward 50 at the Jetty Road Traders end. It was taken beautifully by Kirkby. It went to Backwell. It was taken too high, and he's had a shot at goal, and it's going to come back. Good umpiring by either Day or Crosby. I'm not sure which one, but it's certainly not Uncle Dick. And in the spot, Uni was the infringer. Backwell will go back. Will be amongst the first to know.
That's Day.
Umpire Day.
Yeah. Okay, Backwell's changed his jumper too. He's gone from the long sleeve down to the short sleeve. His long sleeve was actually covered in mud. So Backwell, normally a good kicker of the football as well, has had 8 possessions so far. Comes in now, goes out to the Jetty Road Traders end, and then hooks it away and goes through for a minor score. Smithfield crash clanger that kick. 4 goals, 3 now. The Tigers 27. They lead North 3-4-22 on the RPH scoreboard. Okay,
kicking out from full back is a yet to be identified player, and that is Spawn, as it turns out, because he turns around. Thank you, Trent. He goes out wide. And the mark taken by Schubert. Schubert will handball onto the running Spawn. Spawn rebounds from attacking 50. And talking of Smithfield crash clangers, it's gone out of bounds on the full. It's been taken by Kane, who comes inboard to Smith. The Bays are pushing towards the Jetty Road Traders end to Mouse, unattended at centre half forward. Takes the mark. He gets those little legs working. He goes this way and that. He's wrapped up in the tackle. He took them on. Richard Douglas picks up the footy. He goes this way and that. He's taken in the tackle as well. They're going to get away from it. North
costly.
Too many Smithfield crash clangers. Howard with the bullet-like kick, looking for the player there in, who is that? One key. Took it above his ankles, goes back to Ryswick. One key now. He's got the footy back from Ryswick. Goes in forward. Bamford, he's got run with Loney, but he does more talking than providing an option. Bamford inside forward 50. Going back. Alloway at the foot of the pack. Laddams snaps around the left shoulder with the right boot. North Adelaide hit the front. That's our 5th lead change of the day. North Adelaide 5-4-28. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 4-4-28. Glenelg 4-3-27. RPH footy scoreboard. 3 minutes gone thanks to Grand Central.
Very costly turnover. I actually made mention in their call there. It could be costly. Backwell getting tackled. He tried to take him on. Didn't have the leg speed to get past. The ball was turned over and North Adelaide took it down. No Glenelg player touched the ball. Ended up with Laddams down there at full forward, and he snapped truly for his first goal and to give North Adelaide a lead of just 1 point. So good effort by that and good chasing by the North Adelaide defence.
Certainly was, but I can see what the Mouse was doing. He had Big Button there, and he was trying to get past and hoping that Button would provide the block as per it is in basketball, but Big Button wasn't quick enough, and the Roosters pounced on the Mouse, and once a Rooster pounces on a Mouse, that's the end of the penny section, and they took it down and kicked the sausage roll. Ball back in the centre, about to be balled up. The ball up goes up, as you would expect it to, and the ball is tapped down now, taken by O'Hara. He lost it, though, but goes back into that mud area. About 4 or 5 players there, and we'll have another ball up in the centre. Umpire Dickie Williams trying to step out, which he can do now, of course, because he doesn't have to rely on that circle as the ball almost. The mouse is in there again. He's at the bottom of the pack, and the umpire said, get it out of there, boys. And it does come out up towards 10.5 forward for the Bays. First there, though, was Krieg, I think it was, for the Roosters. He's tackled. Oh, was that in the back? It looked like it to me. No, umpire Dickie Williams says, give me the ball, boys. I'll bounce it right on the edge of the square.
I tell you, the mouse has been thrown in the mud 3 or 4 times already in this quarter.
Certainly has. Up it goes. Getting his hand to the ball was Kirkby again. It goes into a pack of players. Umpire letting it go. Will it come out? Yes, it will. The handball comes out. Here's a chance now. I think it's Ryswick has got it. He kicks it now up towards half forward. In front, it's Wunkey takes the mark. Good lead, good mark. PDK highlight as the Wunkey now chips in looking for the player coming out there was Laddams, but the Tigers have the numbers on this occasion. The ball goes out to that outer side half back where Moore picks it up and gives by hand to Kane. Kane now by foot to Murphy. Murphy runs to centre wing. He's got the lead on in the pocket from Panozzo, who again is too quick.
25.
Oh, that's silly football.
Delvin.
The push from Delvin was not needed, and that could almost be a 50-metre penalty depending on how lenient the umpire is or how harsh he is, but it's actually 25. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Smithfield crash clanger there by Delvins. That's silly because Panozzo certainly wasn't within range. Now he's brought him into within 25 metres, and he's going to kick to the Jetty Road Traders end. And Panozzo certainly been a good player for him up forward. Hasn't kicked the goal yet, but does get plenty of it.
He's a real live wire, isn't he?
He certainly is. So Panozzo comes in now. The kick's on the way to the Jetty Road Traders end. The goal umpire says that one is okay. Panozzo's got his first, and all of a sudden the lead has changed again. Glenelg go into the front 5-3. That is 33, leading North Adelaide 4-4-28 on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central time clock. It is 5 minutes gone, and Backwell has come off, and the player coming on for the Tigers is Ty Allen, and I think Backwell's just getting himself a little bit cleaner.
Exactly, and that interchange courtesy of Jarvis Ford at Gepps Cross. Go and see them if you need a new car. In fact, if you need a second-hand car, go and see them. They've got everything there on the corner of Wren Junction Road and Main North Road.
6th lead change for the day already.
Up they go in the centre. The ball again back into that mud pack there. Stacks on the mill. The umpire said, get it out of there, boys, because I don't want to go in and get me boot dirty.
He's given a free kick.
But he's found a free kick. Clever thinking, as the ball is now with the Roosters, and it's Uni that kicks a high ball to half forward, but he's picked out Boak for the Tigers. Poor kick, PDK highlight as far as the Tigers are concerned. The ball comes to Allen. Allen comes up towards centre wing.
Well done.
Just getting the hand of the ball was Ivans because Murphy was about to mark it. Now it's ricocheted out to O'Hara. He gives it to Ivans. Ivans gets it to Tubby Wintle, who runs over the boundary line, and there'll be a boundary throw-in.
Tubby Wintle.
That's his nickname,
Oh,
Tubby.
okay.
The 2 captains involved in that little foray.
Well picked up, Paul Blanders. That's why you're a genius, son. The ball is thrown in. Centre wing, grandstand side. Up they go. Tapped down by O'Hara, but it only came down as far as Fisher. The ball now out the centre wing where Cubillo picked it up. He gives it the spawn back to Cubillo in the 1-2. Cubillo dodging and weaving there. Pressure by the Tigers is pretty good, but the handball comes out now to Bamford, who's away. He's in the centre of challenge recruitment. The chip pass looking for Uni was good. Bamford follows up, did it superbly, received the footy, then ran to the 50. The kick in towards full forward, and it's been marked by Michael Wunkey, and he's only about 15 metres out directly in front. Darryl Smith.
As we say each and every time, you must play in front, and that's exactly what happened there. The ball dropped forward, and Wunkey was able to mark. Wintle coming off. He actually got kicked in the face with the ball then as the Glenelg player was kicking it. Poor old Wintle had his face in there, and it smashed him in the face. And coming on is Tate Kaysler. As the goal has been kicked through, and Wunkey's put it through for his first, and now again we have another league change. North Adelaide 5-4-34, leading Glenelg 5-3-33. That's on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central time clock says we played 8 minutes of this second quarter.
And, well, what a game of football. What an advertisement on the Queen's birthday. Of course, we mentioned Lizzie. Let's mention the Roosters and the Bays. They're putting on a show here. And make mention again, Joel, part of the Snout Slouts over there, came up and said hello at the lunch. Appreciate that, Joel. And the Bays only behind by a point at the moment. And the Grove squad and the Louts are behaving themselves. So that's always good. Uncle Dick in the middle. That's, of course, Richard Williams. And we say that as a term of endearment more so than anything else. Wakelands taps it down. And the player in there, I reckon, might be James Allen. It is, wrapped up by Adam Fisher and also Richard Douglas. So quite a few players around the ball, which is quite amazing, given that there's that much mud in there. Wakeland tapped it down on this occasion to Allen, who kicks it forward. Kane will get there. The bounce favoured him. He handballs back to Adam Fisher, who did that well out wide Ben Mills. He punches it forward. That was a good option. Unfortunately, the bounce didn't favour him. Oh, Allen took it. The tackle by Douglas, a beauty. Ended up getting, Allen went it to Wakeland. Wakeland went to Bamford. Bamford goes wide to Loney. Loney, with a Smithfield crash clanger of a kick, it'll be picked up by Mules, who's got vacant track in front of him. He now uses it, kicks forward. Murphy goes back. Cubillo was involved as well. Cubillo with the second effort was outstanding. Gives it to Howard. Howard with the kick forward. Involved in the van again is Mules. He taps it forward. Button with a very good kick to member side. And in the centre, Kane takes the mark. He's got a leading player in Panozzo. Gee, what a performance again by Panozzo thus far. He takes it on the bounce, handballs back to Kane, who's got a player inboard, and that's Button. He takes it now. He's looking for another option. Kane gets it to centre half forward. He unloads to the Jetty Road Traders, and the umpire says, thanks for coming. Glenelg go to 6-3-39, North Adelaide 5-4-34, RPH football scoreboard. We've gone almost 10 minutes. What a game, Smithy.
It certainly is a great game, isn't it? But great play from defensive work from the Tigers. They just held the ball up, shared the ball around, and then from deep in defence, they got it to centre half forward, and the kick from Kane was absolutely superb kick, as we see the player coming off in McConnell. Coming on for the Glenelg side is Captain Kirk, and that is courtesy of our good friends at Jarvis Ford.
Great work by Benny Mills out there, Smitty. He was the player that actually started that attack with a couple of attacks on the footy himself. The ball now in the centre. It wobbles out towards half forward. Running onto it quickly there was, I think, Ty Allen, wasn't the ball up towards full forward, pumped away by the North Adelaide defence. The ball's in the pocket, taken and
it's a great tackle.
That's a great tackle there. The Tigers have certainly lifted a cog here, and the ball is now out of bounds in the right full forward pocket.
Their pressure all over the park is very good inside 50 on that occasion. Excellent.
It's actually Josh Money that kicked that ball down there for the Tigers. It's in the right full forward pocket. The boundary umpire throws it back in. The big men do battle. The ball actually hits the deck. Almost taken by Marnie then, but the Tigers are tackling ferociously, and they forced another ball up inside their 50 at the Jetty Road Traders end. Up they go there and trying to get a left hand to the ball there with Big Wakeland. The ball back into a pack again, and the umpire's going to have no option but to ball it up once again.
Just a quick score check courtesy of Mans Mitre 10. It is Melbourne 8-9, Collingwood 6-5, 29 minutes into the second quarter. Umpire
Bing Crosby throws it up. The ball comes again. Will that be in the back? No, the umpire said that's okay. I thought it might have been in the back against the Tigers, but Bing Crosby gave the North Adelaide players not much hope there, because he didn't pay the free kick, as the ball is now taken by Marnie off the left boot. The ball wobbles inside 50. Getting up high there for the Roosters was a player who couldn't pick him out, but it comes to Delvin. Delvin gets it over. The tackle by Fish is a beauty. Again forces the error, and Smithy, their tackling has just improved out of sight.
I was just going to say the forward pressure put on by the Tiger players today has been absolutely superb, fighting every opportunity to keep the ball in the area. Again, Fisher was fantastic in that performance.
Boundary line throw in inside forward 50, Jetty Road Traders in. Was taken by Allen, who's wrapped up by Marnie. The umpire calls it. And one thing that seems to be obvious is that Panozzo's got pretty much a free licence to do whatever he needs to in that forward 50. Don't go out of it, but you can fly for marks, you can do whatever. So he's doing that. It's tapped down by Button. Ends up being taken by the Roosters. Ends up now with the player there, Krieger. That's a Smithfield crash clanger. It's going to land out of bounds on the full. Jeff Smith and Clint Alloway. Now, Alloway hasn't really been involved in this match whatsoever. Smith has. That kick is absolute garbage. Smithfield crash clangers, goes to centre half forward. Should have gone to about the goal square. The hand pass by Sherwood, who's down there. Ryswick was tackled. Going in and out of trouble. Boat took the footy as well. What a performance. Handballs to Sherwood. Sherwood outside 50. He bounces now inside 50. It's coming back. Boak was...
see, that's wrong, because Sherwood was running into an open goal and they brought it back to centre wing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy football.
That penalised the side. That did not crazy football, crazy umpiring. That's what that was. He penalised the side, and now the Roosters have got it at half back here with Paul Blander.
Yeah, and he kicks it out. It's been intercepted there by the player. I reckon that might be Kirk. So it came back to Boak, who was in the centre, kicked it in looking for Sherwood. It rebounded out to Kirk, who comes in board now to Mules. Mules has now played on, has he? No, he didn't go over the line. Good umpiring. So Mules is standing at centre wing on the outer side. He's going to go inboard 50. Leading there is Moore. See, that's poor checking. He's opposite number 24, Howard, was sort of looking around, inquiring as to who should have been his man. And this to give Glenelg what is going to be the second biggest lead of the afternoon, which would be 11 points if he kicks truly Darrell to the Jetty Road Traders in.
Okay, back on. We'll get the player coming off in just a moment. Bowick it is, yep. And that's courtesy of Jarvis Ford now. Benny Moore kicking to the Jetty Road Traders end. He's going to kick from around about 48 metres out. And kicks on the way now. The kick looks pretty good off the boot, but just fading away and gone through for another minor score on the board. So Glenelg go to 6-4-40. They lead North Adelaide 5-4-34 on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central time clock says we played 15 minutes of this second quarter.
Delvin's off, Campbell on for the Roosters. That interchange courtesy of Jarvis Ford. The kick in from the Roosters has gone out about on the setting ball. That's a Smithfield crash clanger if ever you saw one. This has allowed Fisher to take the mark. He brings it back to the half-forward flank grandstand side, taken by Hinge. He'll go into the pocket, running there. Will the ball go? No, taken by Fisher. The kick was smothered and goes out of bounds from the left-forward pocket. So
it was actually good work by Fisher to come back, because North Adelaide have got the big man in the goal square blocking off Panozzo's run. So if he had popped it up the goal square, the big man would have taken that.
Ball tossed in that left full forward pocket. Up they go. The ball to ground. The Roosters there picked it up, but chipping in and trying to run the gauntlet there was Marnie, I think it was. He was tackled. Was it Marnie or Ty Allen? Ty Allen it was, and goes to ground. The umpire claims the ball to throw it up just inside the 50 on the half-forward flank. Tap down chance for the Mouse, who gets through. Oh, got through a couple of holes that weren't even in the wall. Comes in Mitchell. Mitchell inboard to Kane, who dropped the footy. The ball now back with the Roosters. Gee whiz, they should have made more of that, Smitty. They were set up beautifully by the Mouse. As the Loney's got it now. He gives it to Jimmy Allen in the back pocket. A high ball will go out to Gorman, and Gorman takes the mark for the Roosters out of side.
Yeah, the handball just a fraction behind the player there. That's why he dropped it.
Yeah, indeed. So Gorman, they got out of jail easily there. North Adelaide, what should have been a certain goal. Some heroics by Backwell. The kick by Gorman to centre wing out of side was taken by Spawn, who's got a runner in Howard. He's got a player further upfield. The looping hand pass doesn't get to Rising on the full. Gee, coming in Rudolph. Gee, that's a great contest. The tackle was good. The hand pass got away, though, by the player in Ryswick. Sherwood gets onto it. Is he pushed in the back in that tackle? No, he's not. And umpire Day comes in, or is it umpire Bing? We're not quite sure, but it's certainly not Uncle Dick, I can tell you that much. And there'll be a ball up inside forward 50 for the Roosters. They're going to the Broadway Hotel, and they trail by a goal just at the moment. The quick kick there was trying to get away was Loney, but Smith just with a better clean pair of heels kicked it now to centre wing out of sight. It's a 2-on-2 contest. The Roosters, a half a throw by Ivans, went inboard to Spawn, who went inboard to Gorman. Gorman with a kick up high. Hinge is in the box seat here. Does he take the mark? No, he doesn't. That's not a bad contest. And it'll be a ball up just outside forward 50 at the Broadway Hotel in Darrell.
Yeah, great smother from Jeff Smith at half-back then too. The North Adelaide were going into attack, and he just put his body on the line. It was a great smother.
Yeah, and a great tackle by Rudolph, as you heard Paul Blanders say.
Yeah, it's a good game of footy indeed. The ball's been tapped back inside North's forward 50 at the Broadway Hotel end of Challenge Recruitment Oval. Smith now on his hands and knees. No one wants to really tap it out. They just want to get a ball up here, and it ends up coming out now to the player in Adam Fisher, who started the game wearing long-sleeve Guernsey number 13. He's now got the short-sleeve Guernsey number 5 on. So Guernsey's made famous by Rady D and Carey P. Now Fisher A. So boundary line thrown just outside of the forward 50. RPH footy scoreboard, 6 points to margin the Bays, and we've gone round about 16 and a half minutes of the second quarter. And there's going to be a ball up. Howard and another Glenelg player is sandwiched in between Allen. That was Richard Douglas, thanks to Jarvis Ford. Creek will be coming off, and the Tubster of the Wintle variety will come on for North Adelaide. Their ball up there, so nothing much happening here. And umpire Richard Williams says there'll be another ball up here from Daryl Smith on RPH. Then you call it Dennis Brown.
Yeah, man's minor 10 score from the MCG. Melbourne 8-9, leading Collingwood 6-5. That is a half-time score.
Up the ball goes, half-forward flank out of side. The Bays have got it. Oh, Alloway went to take the ball, actually bounced and hit him on the scone. Chance now for Loney, who fired out a handball. He's looking for Taylor. In fact, Kaysler, not to be confused with Kate Taylor, and holding the ball against the Roosters. Young Taylor was at the bottom of the pack. I don't think he had much chance to get rid of that footy, to be honest with you.
Didn't get it. I suppose he had prior opportunity because he took him on, but gee whiz, very tough decision.
Yeah, well, I thought so too. Now it's Richard Douglas with the footy on the defensive side of the square. He's going to bring it out to the grandstand side. Not a bad-looking kick, looking for the captain. Will he take the mark? He will. Captain Kirk. He thought about playing on, did play on. Gave it now to Ty Allen. What's he going to do? He's just stopped and propped on the outside of the attacking side of the 50. Comes back here to the Mouse, who goes with the left boot in towards Panozzo. He was grabbed when he didn't have the footy. The umpire didn't see it, or if he did, he didn't want to know about it. And the ball's now going to go out of bounds, half-forward flank, grandstand side.
Again, good pressure by the Tigers forwards as we see... McConnell coming on and Kirk off for the Jarvis Ford interchange. But again, good forward pressure by the Tigers.
Ball thrown in right on the 50, half-forward flank for the Tigers as the ball is tapped down, taken there by Marnie. He's wrapped up by the Roosters for another ball up. Umpire Day will ball this up. In fact, it was Murphy that was the player, not Marnie, as the ball is tossed up. Big Button got the tap back. Roosters have the numbers kicked off the ground towards the boundary line. Who's going to be first there? The Mouse. Oh, the Mouse will get a free kick. He was desperate. He wanted the footy. He made front position. The North Adelaide player fell on top of him. And umpire Day said, today I'm going to give you a free kick, Mouse. And the Mouse has got it, bombs it inside 50, looking for McConnell at the back. But the ball thumped over the boundary line for a throw in left full forward pocket for the Tigers. They're kicking to the Jetty Road Traders end.
Yeah, he said that Backwell actually dived on the ball, but did he take the legs away from the North Adelaide opponent? And all the North Adelaide opponent can do is fall forward. So the first free kick, is that tripping?
Well spotted, Smithy. I must agree, it should have been a ball up. The ball in now is taken by Ladders. He gets a quick handball back to Ivans, who kicks it straight out of bounds on the full. He was aiming for the line. It went a little bit further because the tackle was very good by the mud-backed Murphy. Now, Ben Kane is in an impossible spot at the Jetty Road Traders, and he's getting a lot of advice from about 600 people.
He's just got to go back and kick the goal.
And, well, you call us through it, Smithy.
Okay, he just goes back and puts it over the top of the left-hand goal post, and the wind will take it through. Comes in now. Cute angle. Exactly what he's trying to do, but the breeze took it away, and that's gone through for another minor score for the Tigers. They go to 6-5-41, leading North Adelaide 5-4-34. That is on the RPH scoreboard. 20 minutes gone, courtesy of Grand Central. A great game of football.
It is indeed great advertisement. Loney from fullback kicks out. The kick is an absolute shocker. Smithfield crash. Welcome aboard. And Rudolph has taken the mark. He's outside 50. He's too far out to score unless he gets onto the biggest screw punt of his life. But he's not going to do that. He's going to kick inboard to Mitchell. Now, this bloke can make the distance, Darryl. He is pretty much dead set at centre-half forward. The man on the mark is about half a metre in front of the 50-metre line. Mitchell is at the cricket pitch. And thanks to Jarvis Ford, Ruwald off and Marnie on. Talk us through it, Darryl.
Yeah, Mitchell, we see him as we've seen him kick in sometimes, and he just launches into him. He's got the breeze at his back this time, and he is kicking to the Jetty Road Traders end, and he'll kick from around about 55 metres, just on the line, the centre cricket pitch line, and he has kicked a magnificent goal. That's a PDK highlight. He's kicked it over the fence, a fantastic goal to Mitchell. He's got his first, and the Tigers all of a sudden have got the biggest lead of the game. They go to 7 goals, 5-47. They are leading North Adelaide 5-4-34. That is on the RPH scoreboard as we see a change. Wakeland off and O'Hara on, courtesy of Jarvis Ford. A fantastic kick by McConnell.
Yeah, good play by Rudolph there.
By Mitchell.
He must have thought it was Christmas when Mitchell led because he knows what a thumping kick he is. And even though he was outside 50, that ball actually sailed over the fence at the Jetty Road Traders end.
Magnificent
thumping kick, wasn't it?
Indeed, ball's back in the centre. It was tapped down, but it's only going to favour Kane, who goes to Fisher running off a half-back flank. He kicks it now inside 50. What can happen here? Rory Kirkby can run onto it. What's he going to do? He's involved there. McConnell almost got one around the chutney. Was Kirkby pushed in the back? No, Mitchell will be the first one there. Cubillo, however, Mitchell tapping it off the ground, favouring Douglas. McConnell through traffic. Can he get it to the player? Marnie, he can. Marnie snaps over the shoulder and scores a behind to the Jetty Road Traders end. And we've gone 22 minutes thanks to Grand Central. The Bays are 7-6-48, North are 5-4-34. Great game of football.
Yeah, great. Again, Chris, great pressure by the Tiger forwards holding the ball in the area. A couple of times there it looked like North were going to get away. They just got a fingertip on it to cause the turnover.
Loney will bring the ball to the grandstand side. Beautiful kick finds Campbell in the defensive 50. Just inside the defensive 50 on the grandstand side. He kicks now towards the half-back flank. Oh, big leap there. And was that Kane's mark? No, said the umpire. Comes out the Big Smith, who fires the ball inside 50. The Bays have the numbers and they have the marks. McConnell from the side has taken a Rip Snorter, a PDK highlight. Darryl Smith.
It certainly was. Not unlike that mark that was taken in the grand final of Sydney 2005. It was a magnificent mark. And McConnell now from the true centre-half forward position from around about 35 metres out directly in front. And we know he is a great kicker of the ball. He's already got one. And he's now going back for his second. And comes in now from 35 metres out. And he just steers it through. Kicks truly. He's got his second. And all of a sudden, the game is opening up here for the Tigers. They go to 8 goals, 6. That is 54. They lead by 20 points. The biggest lead in the margin of the day so far over North Adelaide 5-4-34 and 21 minutes gone, courtesy of Grand Central. And that was a great mark. That's a PDK highlight, TV.
Certainly was. And, but more importantly,
he kicked the goal.
Exactly.
And that was to the Jetty Road Traders end as well.
So the Bays, they've kicked the last 3 goals of the affair, and they've kicked 4 of the 6 goals this quarter to go out to a game-high lead, 8-6-54, North Adelaide 5-4-34. They're getting their money's worth, the people that have paid to get in today. Ball back in the centre. Backwell gave it to Murphy. Murphy comes out wide to Mules, getting some support by Travis Boak. He's got some time here, Mules. He can come backwards now, and he does that to Kane, who's been influential. Kane will come inboard, and Rudolph will take the mark. He's getting some support from Backwell by Voice. Rudolph now with a kick inside forward 50. Dropping back, taking the mark, though, O'Hara for the Roosters. Now, they need a goal. We've gone about 24 minutes into the second quarter. Oh. There won't be an enormous amount of time, you wouldn't have thought, but the kick out from O'Hara was a Smithfield crash. Klanger Fisher took the mark, and he took the ball, kicked it to Button, who took the mark. Now, he's going to switch play. Travis Boak will take the mark. He does that. Allen comes in from the side, holds him up. So Travis Boak, the forward line for Glenelg is just itching to get their hands on the footy. Travis Boak kicks to the leading McConnell. The vision was outstanding. The Jetty Road Traders end is certainly helping the base. McConnell's going to play on. He does that now. He wheels round. He has a crack at goal to the Jetty Road Traders end, and he stopped it. Oh, the Bays have got their ninth, playing irresistible football. 9-6-60, North Adelaide 5-4-34. Darryl, the Bays can do no wrong. Yeah,
McConnell's got his third too. A fantastic performance. Again, a Smithfield crash clanger by the kick from, I think it was Wakeland that went outside, or it might have been O'Hara, went out of that outer side ground. Yeah. And Moore got it and got past his opponent, gave it over to his teammate there in Smith, and Smith then gave it on, and it ended up with McConnell, who kicked his third. So a fantastic performance by McConnell up forward again.
Great work by the Bays. I just like the way they transferred the ball over to the grandstand side where they had the numbers, Smitty, and they capitalised on it. The ball now again, a chance for the Bays. In the centre there was Murphy, got the handball out. Who's going to be first there? I think it was Boak. Gives it now to Mules. Mules now will bring it back out to Sherwood. Sherwood now will go onto the left boot now, looking at centre wing. Good kick now. Well, but Cabillo tried to go off the carpet rather than try and pick up the ball. Douglas slides over, and it's gone out of bounds between centre wing and half forward grandstand side. Gee whiz, just at the minute, the Tigers have got the Roosters worried.
They have too.
They certainly have, as the boundary umpire's going to toss it in. The big men to do battle, Button and O'Hara. O'Hara front position, the ball tapped down, taken by Murphy. Tried to go one way, then the other. Then he was wrapped up. A couple of Roosters tackled him, and he goes to the ground with the ball.
They've got to do something about that. When the whistle goes, they don't need to drag him down to the ground, the tackler. They've got to jump onto that.
That's been one of my bones of contention for a long, long time, as Jimmy Allen's got the ball. So what's happened here?
Too high.
Too high. Gee whiz. I think
Krieg on and Kaysler off.
That's a lucky decision there, I can tell you. And the Roosters will take anything they can get at the moment. As Jimmy Allen's got it, the lead is on from Banford, ignores that, so he bombs it high towards centre wing. Sherwood at the back, and in front was the captain, Kirk. The ball towards the boundary line, right through the centre of the interchange gates it goes. Of course, it can come back on any time it likes, the football. In fact, the boundary umpire's got it now, and he's going to toss it in.
Murphy off and Allen on, thanks to Jarvis Ford at Jeps Cross.
Well, picked up Paul Blandis as the umpire throws the ball back in, right in front of the RPH commentary team. Ty Allen showed a bit of courage with he met high. Jimmy Allen, there's the second free kick. The umpire's found the second one, missed the first one. Hate that. Absolutely hate that. And Jimmy Allen's got the ball now at centre wing, grandstand side. Kicks the ball up towards half forward. Up they fly. Up goes Mules off the hands of Banford. The interception by Sherwood.
Well done.
Second attempt, the real PDK highlight. Then pushed in the back, was he? No, said the umpire. And he's made up the ball.
You are kidding.
Gee whiz. I think that's Bing. I think he should stick to comedy, umpire Bing Crosby.
See, the thing there, the umpire's got no feeling for the game there.
No.
So
no
he was the one that made all the plays, Sherwood.
Now, Banford now. Yeah, you just got to wonder sometimes, don't you? And the mouse is actually telling the umpire a few things as Bamford bangs it inside 50. The pack will fly. Offhand, can the Roosters capitalise here? Around the body, but the tackling was superb by the Tigers. They forced the air and they got 3 Tigers as Douglas flips it back cleverly to the Forrest Sherwood. He'll break away from the defensive 50. Has a bounce. Will go with a sweeping handball to the mouse. The mouse back to Sherwood. Great work now, and Sherwood will go to the outer side, where out there is Benny Moore all by himself. They've transferred the play. All of a sudden, the siren's gone. Great first half of footy with the Tigers leading 9-6-60. North Adelaide 5-4-34. And I don't think I've seen the Roosters as disorganised as they were in that second quarter, Smitty. It was almost as though Farmer Brown had walked into the foul yard with an axe.
It certainly has. But in that quarter, the Roosters added 5.
Big fella Kirk coming off for the base thanks to Man's Mitre 10's kitchens and bathrooms.
Can you pick up any changes, Smitty?
At this stage, I'm actually looking in the crowd to see if I can see my boys. I've just spotted them, so I'm happy now.
Well, if there's a changes there, well, let us know. Can't see any myself.
No, not at this stage. Let's have a look.
No, it looks pretty much the same.
All right, umpire Bing Crosby holds the ball aloft. He's about to start the premiership quarter, as we call it. Up they go. Button actually got the tap down, emerging with the ball and pulled off. It was the Mouse. Didn't get a free kick. Might have been a bit unlucky there as the ball now towards centre wing. All thrown out there by the Tigers. Comes to Fisher. His high ball towards the centre wing will bounce just inside the line and roll between the interchange gates for a boundary throw-in, right in front of the RPH commentary team.
First goal of this quarter, vital for both sides. North to get themselves back into the game and Glenelg to edge that a little bit further away.
Back it comes, spinning into play, Button and O'Hara. O'Hara left-handed tap down to Allen. The ball ricochets back out the back. Oh, nearly out on the full off the boot of Rydwick. Just bounced inside the line, and again, another boundary throw, and this time to the, slightly to the other...
Broadway Hotel
end of the interchange gates as the umpire throws the ball back into play. Up they go again. O'Hara the tap down, trying to burst his way through there was Wintle. He ran into trouble though. And again, another ball up. So just a bit of a slow start to this premiership quarter at this stage, Smitty.
Well, the pleasing aspect also in this game so far is that most people are staying in their positions. You're not getting all that crowded around the footy.
O'Hara took the ball out of the air, almost gave it to Wintle. Wintle there. Oh, we're looking for Bamford, but coming through like a reindeer was Rudolph and bombs it up towards 10.5 forward. Almost to mark, and McConnell couldn't hang on to it. Somehow got the ball out to a teammate who's dragged to the ground, and there'll have to be another ball up at 10.5 forward. Gee, great work there by Rudolph.
Oh, wasn't it magnificent? Reflex work and took him on, and the McConnell actually, I reckon he might have marked that.
Well, the umpire didn't play it, and Dickey was right there, as Dickey often is, as the ball is now with Spawn. The left-handed handball looking for a teammate, picked up by Marnie, tackled by Loney, who brought him to ground. Teammates out at Port Power way, but the ball spills out now to the outer side for yet another ball. No, the umpire's found a free kick, I think, has he? No, he's going to ball it up. Just backward of centre wing, outer side. Up they go, and the ball tapped down. This time the Roosters emerge through Wendell to Cabulo. He's almost gone, but got the handball away. This is let Spawn pick up the ball and bomb it towards half forward. Out they come. The Roosters have the numbers. They've got the ball, but the Tigers have got them. And beautiful tackle out there. And again, a ball up half forward flank outer side.
Okay, so just outside forward 50, the umpire throws it up now. It'll be Button, and also O'Hara taps it backwards, only so far as Mills, who's looking for an option, and then went behind that option, but giving some good support was Button. Rudolph picks it up now. He's on defensive 50 outer side, comes in board. The mark will be taken by the Mouse Backwell. He rebounds from defensive 50 to Johnny Hinch, who gets support from Adam Fisher, and the kick by Hinch is a Smithfield crash clanger. It's been marked by Dilbans in the cricket pitch mud, who went to Dilbans. Dilbans came to Howard. Howard goes inboard to Ryswick. Moore in the way, did it well. Ruwalt is on the end of that. He gives by hand to Johnny Hinch, goes to looking to centre half forward. Kirkby from the side, and it was Marnie, in fact, from the side, going up the carpet. Richard Douglas, he's held without the footy as he tried to kick it off the carpet. And he will go back. Gorman was the infringer. Douglas has got a short player on. The Mouse marks it. He's inside forward 50. And this is a very important play, Darryl, within the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Oh, it was a great play by Backwell because he actually ran from half-back flank to receive that ball. So a fantastic performance. So now he's just having a little bit of a timeout, get his breath back. So fantastic performance by Backwell. And coming in now, he's yet to kick a goal so far today. He's had a number of possessions. And this is just the start that the Tigers wanted. Kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. So in it comes now. The kick is on its way. Is it going to swing back? No, it's not. It's going to miss to the far side. So a point on the board. So 9 goals, 7-61. That's the Tigers. They lead North 5-4-34 on the RPH scoreboard. So kicking out from fullback will be Wintle now. The kick is long and strong, finds Howard, who plays on, and stupidly so, because Fisher tackles him holding the ball. That's a good result for Glenelg. Gee, not enough talk from North Adelaide. Now, Adam Fisher, one would think he's too far out to score. Howard is standing literally on the line, on the outer side at the Broadway Hotel end, which is the southern end of the Bay Oval. Fisher now comes in board to the leading player in what was meant to be Douglas, intercepted by Delvins, and now it's going to be run out of defensive 50 by Allen with his second bounce now. Has got to Bamford in support. The hand pass was a bit of a Smithfield crash clanger. It won't matter too much because Bamford will pick it up and he'll kick the ball forward looking for the leading player in Uni.
Yeah, Uni's got it. Half-forward flank, outer side now for the Roosters to kick inboard, looking for Laddams, and he found him.
Yeah, they did that too easy, didn't they, the North Adelaide side, from defence right the way to attack.
Yeah, but, I mean, they coughed it up back here in the other end, didn't they, at the Warradale Hotel end, at the Broadway Hotel. Get us right in a minute. And, I mean, they sort of signalled they were going to short pass it, and it was beautifully read by Delvins.
Yeah, Laddams now coming in from around about 45 metres out. Kick is on the way, actually kicked right on the 50-metre line to the Jetty Street Traders end, and it's touched right on the line for a minor score. So 5-5-35, that is the North Adelaide side. Glenelg 9-7-61. We played 5 minutes of this first quarter courtesy of Grand Central.
Yeah, the kick in almost intercepted by the Roosters. Was the mouse being hung onto? He was, but the umpire was looking into the sun and he couldn't see, Smitty.
Well, the player poleaxed, and Kane, he's trying to get himself out of the turf at the moment as a result of that contest as well.
Yes, you're right. So, and he's going to throw it in right where that player is. Now, that's
silly.
A bit silly, isn't it? Dickey said it's all right. Dickey said it's all right. It's all right. The ball now, chance for Richard Douglas. He gets the tap away. Oh, beautifully done down by Fisher. Gave it to the Mouse. The Mouse gave it back to Fisher. Now Rudolph's got it. Rudolph will bring the ball towards centre wing. Looking for Ivans. Also there with him was Richard Douglas. Oh, getting hip and shouldered out was Douglas there by O'Hara. In fact, it wasn't. It was Kirkby. Chance now for Ivans, who gets it over to Cabillo. Cabillo, he tapped it over the Tigers.
Right.
Numbers. He'll put it on now, and the handball goes inside. McConnell into the open goal. The kick goes on its way, and he's kicked 4 has McConnell as the Tigers go along to 10-7-67. North Adelaide 5-5-35. Daryl Smith.
We talk about the forward pressure that the Tigers are placing on the defenders of North Adelaide. Again, we saw that there. There was 3 or 4 players involved, and they were just superb efforts at the ball. The ball ended up with McConnell. He ran quickly into the forward 50, and also there's a player coming off for the Tigers in Kane. We'll get that in a minute, but magnificent play by the forward setup of the Tigers.
Yeah, coming off, but more importantly, Smitty, on a stretcher.
Oh, on a stretcher, okay. So
I didn't actually see what happened, but Paul Blandis, you did you?
No, I just basically saw him hit the dirt, and he didn't move for a pair of seconds there, and he tried to get himself up, but he's a little bit groggy. So that certainly probably works in North Adelaide's favour, because it's been the on-ballers for Glenelg that have been getting plenty of run and drive. We see, thanks to Jarvis Ford O'Hara coming off, Wakeland coming on. McConnell's got 4 though. Gee, North Adelaide 5 goals, 5-35. It's a long way home, Smithy.
It certainly is a long way home, and you just got that sense that Glenelg have got the taste of victory, and they won't try to let it slip. Obviously, they don't want it to slip, but just the way they're playing the better football at the moment. They're in harder, they're more aggressive in their forward area, and they certainly are fighting to keep the ball in the area, and that was a great effort by the forwards of Glenelg up there to keep the ball in the area then, and end up with McConnell.
So Kane is coming off on the stretcher. It looks like it's just a bit of minor concussion or something, and Allen is on the ground for the base, thanks to Jarvis Ford at Jeps Cross, DB.
Exactly right, as the stretcher about to head through the interchange gates with 6 trainers carrying it.
Just quickly, guys, Melbourne 9-14 and Collingwood 8-10, courtesy of our good friends at Mans Mitre 10 Kitchens and Bathrooms.
Okay, even Dickie Williams is looking into the sun now. He's actually left the ground, Dickie. You can ball it up, son.
I think he's waiting for him to get actually off the actual ground, and he's now going through the gates towards the Jetty Road Traders in here at the Bay Oval.
I think he has to be off the ground, doesn't he? So.
Okay, but why did they throw it in when the player was lying down on the ground? That was the other big surprise, as the ball is now in the centre. An umpire has blown the whistle, and a free kick has gone the way of Jimmy Allen for the Roosters. Didn't see what it was for.
Holding.
Indicated hanging on. As Allen now will thump a screw punt in towards centre half forward. Alloway will be the target. Up they fly. There were 3 Tigers flew up. The handball out there was a beauty by the player there. It ended up with, I think it was Benny Mills who gave it to Rudolph. Rudolph goes looking for the outside of the boundary line on the outer side. The Roosters have the numbers though, and they pick it up at Spawn. I think who chips it back in. In fact, it's now, who's got it now?
Allen.
Allen's got it, and he'll chip it over the top. Looking for Wintle from the back though. Getting up high was Rudolph. The underground handball was a beauty. Came over to Moore now to Ruwalt. Ruwalt gives it back to his teammate there in Marnie, who goes out towards centre wing, taken by Benny Moore again. Immediately thumps it up inside 50, up the back. Is that a mark to the Tigers? The umpire says it is. Is it Kirkby?
It is. I thought he indicated play on because he didn't take it, and then he indicated the mark.
Great play again from Rudolph down defensive work here for the Tigers. But Kirkby right in front of the Grand Central time clock here, kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. Has already kicked 1. Now
First one of the game.
He did 2. Comes in now, does Kirkby. From 45 metres out. Kick is on its way. Has it got the distance? Just going to be touched right on the line. So another behind on the board for the Tigers. 10-8 now, 68. They lead North Adelaide 5-5-35.
So Joel Campbell for North Adelaide will bring it in. It's at the Broadway Hotel in Gold Square. Get down there and say you heard us on RPH, and they'll look after you pretty well. He comes now on another screw punt, Campbell, but it's going to 3 Tigers. One of those is Adam Fisher, takes the mark. He went to play on, and Richard Williams didn't see that, so he didn't call play on. Now Fisher has got it. He now goes with a kick inside forward 50 at the Broadway Hotel, and coming out with Marnie. Couldn't take it, but Ruwalt, exactly where a small forward should be. That's in front, gives off to Backwell. Backwell goes, gets around his opponent, curves it around the boundary line. McConnell marks in front of the Bay Function Centre at the Broadway Hotel, and he's kicked forward, Darryl, and he certainly can make the distance, and he's got the skill to slot it through.
He certainly has. He'll go back and do the check side, you would think. And he's right on that boundary line, right in front of the Grog squad. No, he's gone the drop punt and just tried to guide it through, and he's kicked it across the face of goal for another behind on the board. So they go to 10 goals, 9-69. North Adelaide on 5-5-35.
Yeah, look, that's very difficult to slot a drop punt through from that angle, Smitty. You would have thought the check side would have been the way to go. Yep. Anyway, Wintle now with the ball to bring it back into play. Will go short and marked out there by Spawn. So Spawn will again go short. He bombs it into Uni. Still outside the defensive 50, gives it by hand to Spawn, who backed up nicely, ran outside the 50 and kicked it to the centre wing. But gee whiz, that's a Smithfield crash clanger. Put it straight down the throat. I think that's Benny Mills out there. Yeah, it was, and he'll chip it short. Oh, that's another Smithfield crash clanger. He almost put it down the throat of Bamford. The ball right on the boundary line. Fisher trying to keep it in play, but now it's taken over. So a couple of blues out there, Smitty.
Certainly is. Time clock, Grand Central time clock says we've gone 10 minutes of this third quarter, and Mans might have 10 score over at the MCG, 9-14 to 9-11. Collingwood on the way back.
Okay, the boundary throw in and taken by a Bay player who's been wrapped up.
The Mouse.
The Mouse it was, and up goes the ball. A backhanded tap by Spawn, but running onto it is Fisher. He comes, emerges with the footy, looking for Kirkby.
That's a great mark.
Gee whiz, it was a great mark. He dived and taken a slips catch, in actual fact, a PDK highlight. Bombed it up towards half forward. Great running by Fisher, because he actually kicked the ball to him, ran inside the 50, and he returned the favoured Big Kirkby, put it down Fisher's throat, in actual fact. Was a fine stroke of play, and a PDK highlight, Darryl Smith.
It certainly is. Now Fisher to go back from no more than 30 metres out, slight angle, kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. And no goals been scored in this quarter so far. First opportunity to do so.
McConnell's.
All right, sorry. He did too, yes. Okay, in he comes now, Kirkby. Kick is on its way, and he has hooked it for... No, he's got it through. So Fisher's kicked his first, and now they've got their 11th. They go to 11 goals, 9-75, leading North Adelaide 5-5-35. And gee whiz, it looked like it would actually miss by the reaction of the people behind the goals, but he's got it through. So the 11th on the board for the Tigers, and gee whiz, it is a long way now back for the Roosters, DB.
Well, it is, but, I mean, in this day and age, the way footy's played, it's not beyond the realms of impossibility, particularly with the Roosters side, that, as we know, are a very good running side, but they're not playing a good enough football at the moment. The Bays are playing the better football. Big Button went up, and that ball hit the deck, and he picked it up, but then tackled by 2 Roosters. One of those was Big Wakeland, and we'll have another ball up. Up they go. Wakeland actually got the tap down, but gave it to the Mouse, who fired a handball out. Diving on the footy there, did it superbly. I think it was Jimmy Allen, and he gives it over to Bamford. Bamford now inside 50. Hinge and Alloway. Hinge went up and tapped the balls. Actually, Hinge and Laddams, and Hinge did well to thump that ball away over the boundary line for a throw-in on the grandstand side. As coming off is
Ruwalt,
and coming on is Mitchell. Not a bad move. Mitchell will certainly give them something if he can mark it anywhere in the 50-metre area. As the ball is tossed in, Fisher again thumps it back over the boundary line for yet another throw-in.
Three-quarter time over at the MCG. Mans minor 10 score update. It is the same, 9-14 to 9-11. Melbourne in front by 3 points.
Thanks to Jarvis forward. Krieg off and Kaisley came on, and then Wakeland off and O'Hara back on.
Oh, a double change from Jarvis forward. Was that a push in the back against the Roosters? It was against Alloway. And the umpire was right there to see it.
Alloway's been disappointing today, hasn't he?
Well, he hasn't been certainly the player we saw last weekend, that's for sure. As with the footy, is that Big Button that's got it?
Yes.
So Button now with the football. Defensive 50, grandstand side will transfer play to the outer side and find Sherwood. Fisher running to space. And Sherwood now will just pop it over the top and find Smith. So Smith now outside the defensive 50, out of sight for the Tigers. Controlling the footy at the moment, and he'll bring it inboard. There's a couple of Tigers there, and one of those up was trying to pick out Bogue it was. He gives it to Sherwood. Sherwood into the centre, taken by Mitchell. Mitchell can go and bomb it from outside 50. It'll go right up towards full forward area. Oh, almost to mark the Ty Allen. He tapped it forward. Taken by Campbell. Campbell's look-away handball actually went out of bounds. So that was a Smithfield crash playing right in front of the Slouts, who would have given him the Bronx cheers, I would have thought.
Certainly would have, and good crowd on that hill too.
It is indeed RPH football, thanks to Angus Securities here on the Queen's birthday weekend here in South Australia. Boundary line thrown inside forward 50 at the Broadway Hotel Inn for the Tigers. It was smashed straight back over the boundary line, so it'll be a take 2 if you don't mind. So a good game of football. Glenelg 11-9-75, North of 5-5-35. RPH footy scoreboard 13 minutes gone thanks to Grand Central Premiership quarter. Certainly panning out for the Bays as required. Now the ball's being kicked forward almost to the goal square. Is it going to run through? No, it's not. There's 2 Bays onto 1 Rooster here. Panozzo, can he pick it up? Yes, he can. He handballs to McConnell. Now Bamford's in the van here. He kicks it off the carpet. Ben Moore was in the way, but Bamford back in the van.
Great tackle.
And a great tackle there. Gorman's wrapped up. And the umpire will ball it up inside forward 50 at the Broadway Hotel in Ty Allen, a junior product here of Glenelg, doing very well indeed.
Now, should McConnell have shepherded for Panozzo then?
Yeah, probably.
He wanted number 5, McConnell, no question about that. The Roosters rebound from defensive 50 through Bamford. Bamford, the kick is really good to centre wing. Can't pick up who that player was taking the mark out there, but anyway, the good follow-up there by James Allen, who kicks the ball now approaching half-forward flank. Laddam's in front, but it's a 3-on-1 scenario. One of those there is Button. Incoming from the side is Howard. Trying to get his hands on the football, Howard, but he can't because Button sort of wrapped it up. A player there in Mules has been pushed forward in the tackle. One would have thought, doesn't matter anyway. Jess Smith picks it up, goes backwards to Richard Douglas. He's got support from Button, who's been very good. Uses the outside of his boot beautifully, kicks it to Murphy. They've got space and time, and Fisher's now received it from Murphy. He's had a 3rd bounce as he has now. He can go, he has a 4th bounce. In fact, he can run to 50 and unload to the Broadway Hotel in Fisher. He does that now in the goal square as McConnell has been pushed over. And it'll be a ball up in the forward pocket Broadway Hotel Inn members' side. Yeah,
he had Mitchell loose inside 50 at centre-half forward.
Should have given it to him,
I would have thought that would have been the way to go, Daryl.
Yeah, certainly should have given it to him because Mitchell is a beautiful kick of the football and a long kick.
So certainly an exciting foray from Glenelg's perspective. North Adelaide are just not showing anything here at the moment. It's like they've had their head cut off. And inside defensive 50 is a player who's handballed, and it's being paid to throw. The Bays are going to get a shot at goal. In fact, McConnell's taken it. He's kicked his 5th. The umpire's called all clear. 46 points the margin. The bottom side are giving the Roosters a football lesson here at Challenge Recruitment.
Now, I don't agree with that, allowing to play it on like that, because he actually stopped the play. All the Roosters players stopped because the ball was going to come back, and McConnell was at the back of the pack and just took off with it, and the umpire said, yep, that's okay. So very unlucky there from the Roosters' point of view. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. The lack of understanding of the game. Yep. Every North defender stopped thinking that it was going to be a free kick to Panozzo.
46 points the margin in favour of the Bays, a game-high lead, of course, and they've kicked the only 3 goals of this quarter, and they've kicked the last 7 of the affair. Okay, the ball in the centre now, trying to burst his way through. Pulled very high was the Mouse. The ball taken by Fisher back to the Mouse. He gives it to Mules. Mules back to Fisher. They're using the ball superbly out the Tigers, but this time the kick lets them down because Spawn's in the way at half-back on the grandstand side. He's going to run into trouble. He got hip and shouldered by McConnell, who would have been better off tackling, I would have thought.
Should have tackled.
As the ball is now out there. The Roosters don't know what they're doing.
No.
Farmer Brown's still in the farmyard with the axe, and now Bamford's got it at half-back. We'll put it out towards centre wing, and Kazler takes the mark. He's called the play on. Lost the footy. That'll be holding the sausage of the umpire's fair dingham. This has allowed the Bays to get hold of. That'll be holding the footy, surely. Yep. And this time there'll be a ball up at centre.
No. Holding the ball.
Holding the ball, I should say, and a free kick to Bamford, who was lucky that he wasn't pinged for holding the ball because the umpire called play on and he was caught red-handed with it. As O'Hara's got it now, gives it to Delvin. Delvin gives it back to Ivans. Ivans at half-back will go to half-forward. And there's a couple of Tigers out there, 3 against 1, 4 against 1 now, as the free kick will come back. Too high, said the umpire, against the Tigers, and Uni, the recipient, about 60 metres from goal on the outer side, will bomb a high ball towards centre-half forward. O'Hara's in the van from the out the back. A chance there for One-Key, couldn't take the ball. Taken by the player there in Button. The handball was a stray. Button got it again. Handball's looking for Mules, who runs it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Right full forward pocket.
Jetty Road Traders end, of course, and we're seeing a Jarvis forward interchange.
Yeah, Ruwald on, and the Mouse. Is that the Mouse?
The Mouse coming off.
Mouse coming off.
Indeed, so the boundary line thrown in the forward 50 for the Roosters. Jetty Road Traders in, taken by Fisher, who kicks out wide. It goes out wide further still, and getting involved there, Ben Moore could do nothing apart from see the ball across the line, and he did that pretty well, that's for certain. So RPH football scoreboard, Glenelg 12-9-81, North Adelaide 5-5-35. This is just bizarre football here at Challenge Recruitment. I think the securities game of the day was taken there by Allen, who got a quick hand pass there to Moore, tries to get it now. Two Glenelg players fighting over it, and Murphy was one of those. It's a defensive 50. Moore's got a loose player in Douglas. They've done it well, have Glenelg. Douglas looking for Mitchell, who's involved in the contest now. He's wrapped up in the tackle. Is he going to be holding the ball? Umpire Williams is looking to make that signal, but no, it won't be. Richard Douglas with the red underpants on gets the ball away. Seemed to last forever. That's contested situation there. Allen goes inside 50. Alloway took one too high, yes. Smith infringed. The umpire has called play on. Now, why isn't that play on at the Jetty Road Traders end when McConnell got the advantage at the other end?
No idea.
So going back and having the shot at goal will be Alloway. He's within range, should kick from 40 metres, Darryl, going to the Jetty Road Traders end.
He kicked 7 last week, didn't he?
Different umpires. One end, you had Bing Crosby, the other end, Frank Sinatra.
Okay, so Alloway coming in now from around about 40 metres out, virtually directly in front, and say that they need a goal here is an understatement. Alloway comes in, gets very close to the man on the mark. He kicks truly for his first, and North have got their first since half-time. They go to 6 goals, 5-41. They trail by 40 points over the Tigers, who are 12-9-81. That is on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central Time Clock says we played 20 minutes of this third quarter, the premiership quarter, and it has been in favour of the Tigers so far. They have added 3 goals, 3, and North Adelaide at this stage have added 1 goal, 1.
Yes, and I wonder if that is the goal that will see a resurgence from the Roosters. Time will tell as the umpire's about to ball it up. Umpire Crosby throws it up in the centre. Up they go. Tapped down by O'Hara. He was looking there for Laddams, I think. He was wrapped up very quickly, and there'll be another ball up in the centre. So umpire Crosby will take 2. Throws it up. Up it goes. Tap down. Chance now for the Roosters if they can pick it up. Loney was there, tried to get the kick away, or twisted out of trouble, then tapped it cleverly out. Here's a chance picked up now by Allen for the Roosters. He bombs a high ball inside 50 up. They fly the ball out the back first. There will be Smith. Will he concede? No.
Oh, clever.
He'll bring it out towards the grandstand side. The ball should sit just inside. It does. Taken by Boak, and Boak will go short to Fisher. Fisher will be off. He'll go over the top with a nice handball looking for the captain. Kirk will... Oh, well done, Big Kirk. Had to tap it forward. Then he was hung onto. Chance now for Ruwalt to run onto it. He stops and props. Oh, ducks under a tackle. Did it superbly. He's got to play a loose at centre-half forward. He ran too far, said the umpire.
And he did. He did run too far.
It'll be a free kick to Bamford. Just tried to do a little bit too much on that occasion. And this could be a costly turnover because there was a player at centre-half forward all by himself. And it most surely would have received the kick.
It was a great smother anyway by Bamford.
It certainly was. Now, that was a PDK highlight, in fact, as he goes back to Cabillo in the defensive 50. Now, Cabillo slips over, almost got the kick away, did get the kick away, will come towards centre wing. Coming through is Ty Allen. 2 Roosters stood there waiting for something to happen. The kick towards half forward, and there's a mark being taken out there by Panozzo, who'll kick for goal, Darryl Smith, from about 25 metres out.
Magnificent play, wasn't it, from the Tigers? And there's just people were slipping over left, right and centre, but the player there with the Tiger who looked up, Ty Allen, and saw Panozzo sprinting back towards the goal square and kicked it out in front of him, Panozzo's mark.
And the difference there was Darryl, he ran in a straight line of the football.
Right.
Allen picked it up. Great work.
Yeah, Panozzo now to come in at the Broadway Hotel end. Kicking from around about 30 metres out. The kick is on its way. He has got the goal, and Glenelg have got their 13th. That's Panozzo's second, and they've got to 13 goals, 9, 87, leading North Adelaide 6-5-41. That's on the RPH scoreboard. Grand Central Time Clock has gone 22 minutes of this third quarter, and Ty Allen's attack on that ball was absolutely superb. Strong, hard at the ball, looked up and saw Panozzo leading for him.
And a very important goal in the context of this game, because the Roosters had kicked one and they didn't need to kick another one, because then the Bays might have started to thinking about the competition. But at the moment they're doing all the right things, and you're on RPH footy with someone else who's doing the right thing today, Paul Blandis.
13-9-87 by the Bays, and their highest score this year is 12 goals, 20-92. They're going to eclipse that, one would have thought. Ball up in the centre was taken by Allen, who kicks towards centre-half forward. Rudolph, who's been good today, involved in the contest. Johnny Hinge now getting taken high, one would have thought. The umpire didn't see it, was blindsided. Uni picked it up. He goes this way, and that handball's to the player there in one kick.
Oh,
who
great
gives it to
tackle.
Allen. That is a fantastic tackle by Glenelg. Forward line pressure. It'll be a ball up inside forward 50. And North Adelaide are just being snuffed by a Glenelg team that aren't giving them any space.
Yeah, great tackle by Mitchell there. Saved a certain goal.
So ball up inside forward 50. Coming from the side was a North Adelaide player in Wakeland who taps it down. One key picks it up. Oh, he has a snap at goal, but getting in the way, Sherwood will concede the rush behind. So North Adelaide 6-6-42, trailing Glenelg 13-9-87 RPH footy scoreboard. We've gone into time on by about 2 minutes, so on the Grand Central time clock, 22 minutes have gone. Sherwood takes it, kicks out to the back pocket at the Jetty Road Traders into Mitchell. Mitchell rebounds from 50 and kicks to Smith. Probably more good luck than good management, I would have thought, finding Smith. Smith's now taken the mark. He kicks approaching Murphy. The kick was good. The mark by Murphy, a PDK highlight, attacking side of centre wing. And he gets round Cubillo perhaps a little bit too easily. Murphy, he's going to run and kick the ball long inside forward 50. And going back and taking what should be a relieving mark is Trent Spawn. Panozzo getting involved. The loose player out wide on the members' side at the Broadway Hotel in is Bamford, who takes the mark. And he's looking for options further afield. And this has been the problem for them. They just can't seem to get the ball forward. Bamford in the back pocket at the Broadway Hotel Inn needs to rebound from 50, and if anything, he's going to have to go for a short option, and it's risky because Uni and Ruwalt are in there. Street Tigers on the one. Backwell hand passes to Panozzo. Panozzo unloads to the Broadway Hotel Inn. Oh, the Bays are giving them a lesson here. Their highest score of the year, 14-9-93. North Adelaide 6-6-42. RBH football, Daryl Smith.
Yeah, you talk about forward pressure again. Ruwalt was the one there that the kick from Bamford was a little bit too high. Ruwalt was able to put the spoil on. Backwell ran through and tough and hard at the footy. He picked it up, saw Panozzo, gave the handball over, and Panozzo turned around and snapped truly for his third. Magnificent football by the Tigers. We've spoken about their forward pressure today has been superb, and the coaching staff at the Tigerland with Mark Micken and Peter Caven and Stephen Ray would be very pleased with what they've seen today.
Exactly right, as the umpire has the ball in the centre. Umpire Crosby throws it up. Up they go, Kirk and Wakeland. The ball down. Chance now thumped on by Mitchell, but the whistle's gone. It'll be a free kick coming back to the Roosters. It'll be Tate Kaysler, sometimes confused as Kate Taylor. As the ball goes out now towards half forward. Oh, that's a good mark. I think that's Big Alloway, is it?
One key
it is. It's taken the mark.
Oh, gee, I thought he was going to be 25 then.
It certainly looked like it, didn't he? So Wuntke now bombs it inside 50. The Roosters need a goal. That's an understatement down to Uni. He usually kicks accurately. He has around the body. Great goal by Heap Uni. That's his second, a PDK highlight. And the Roosters, can they come back? They've been looking down the gurgler, or actually down the barrel of the Tigers 44 here today. And a much-needed goal to them, Daryl Smith. They go to 7 goals. Is that 6 or 8 up there, Smitty? I can't see. It's 7 goals, 6. That's 48. And Glenelg 14-9-93.
Krieg on for North Adelaide and Kaysler off for North, courtesy of Jarvis Ford. But a great play by Uni then. The 2 Tiger players went up. Uni stayed down at the front of the pack where the ball 9 times out of 10 will come. Fell into his arms and he snapped truly for his second.
The ball back in the centre. Premiership quarter has gone about 26 minutes thanks to Grand Central. Kirk in the centre with a very swift hand pass to Boak, who goes through the mud. He's got a leading player, McConnell. Can he get to it on the full? No. If he gets round his opponent, he's in the van here. Gorman was a good performance by him indeed. Coming in now was Delvins, but the kick was just errant because marking it will be Mills. He didn't look up. He blazed away. Mills with a kick inside 50 will be marked by Mitchell. He can go back and unload. He's got the breeze at his back thanks to wetsuit coolers. Doesn't use it. Kicks in looking for a leading player in, well, who was that? I can't pick up who the player was he was looking for. Mitchell anyway. He goes off the carpet. He kicks it at Skittles. Everybody coming out. Gorman, can he take the footy? Oh, Allen, ferocious like tackle. Is that holding the ball? Umpire Williams says, yes! That's a terrible decision. And now Allen will have a shot for goal at the Broadway Hotel Inn. The Bays 14-9-93. North Adelaide have got to double their score currently, which is 7-6-48, to win the EFF.
Really didn't have much chance to get rid of that ball then.
Yeah, but he did try to take him on, though, didn't he? Yeah. He did try to take him on, and when you try to run through an opponent, you get caught. That's the rule. So, Allen, a great tackle. He's already kicked the goal today. No, he hasn't kicked the goal, but he's coming in now for his first. 35 metres out, at a 50-degree angle. The kick is on its way to the Broadway Hotel End. He has given it to the crowd, and the Snouts Louts are waving back to him. So he's kicked a goal, and he has got the Tigers. They've got 15 goals, 9 and 99. North Adelaide 7-6-48. Gee whiz, a long way back from the Roosters here. But I just don't think that the Tigers will let them get back in because they're playing such great football. Committed, hard, strong at the ball and strong at the body. It's been a superb exhibition by the Tigers today.
Certainly has.
It has indeed. Back-to-back goals at the 6-minute mark and 13-minute mark of the first quarter by North Adelaide. They just haven't been able to do it since.
Exactly right, and the premiership quarter has belonged to the Tigers. The ball tapped down to Mitchell. Mitchell runs around with a sweeping handball to Rudolph. He'll come out towards centre wing. The Mouse is out here back, will take the mark. He's got the player Murphy running for him up ahead of him at centre wing. He runs to that spot. The ball hits him on the chest, and Murphy now bombs a long one. It'll go into that right full forward pocket in front of the snout slouts. It's almost a mark. It's a mark to the Tigers. The snout slouts go off there. Well, I better not say that, but they go off anyway. It's Kirkby that's got the kick in the right full forward pocket. Very difficult to kick goals there, Smitty, with a drop punt. Will he go the check side or the drop punt as the siren goes, just to add a little bit more pressure to the young man?
He really should go the check side, because the natural swing of the ball then will go take it towards the Broadway Hotel end. So, but he's the left footer. So again, he's just tried to poke at it, and the North Adelaide defender did very well to keep the ball out there. So no further score on the board. 15 goals, 9-99. That's Glenelg. They lead North Adelaide 7-6, 48. In that quarter, the Glenelg side added 6 goals, 3, and the North Adelaide side managed just 2 goals, 2. So in the quarter, if they'd have played attacking football, they might have won that game as well.
Exactly right, and Josh Willoughby, of course, was one of the guest speakers in the match luncheon here at the club, and he was also very confident that the Tigers could win today, and not only that, but make the 5. So what a great way to kick-start it with a victory over North Adelaide, who absolutely pulverised Port Adelaide last week. People will say, well, not playing the same as they did last week against the Magpies, but the simple difference is that they haven't been allowed to.
Exactly right. Okay, the umpire holds the ball aloft. You're on RPH football with Dennis Brown.
Okay, the big men to do battle. Up they go, O'Hara and Button. The ball almost fell back into the hands of O'Hara, but it was picked up by Murphy, who got the handball away. The ball now is taken by Wintle. Wintle copped one after he got rid of the footy. The ball now is taken by Rudolph, who rebounds towards centre wing. It's Ty Allen leading in the race for the ball. Hotly pressed there by his opposition player in Goldman. But somehow the Tigers have flipped the ball out. The Mouse has got a chance to weaves and dodges. Thinks about a handball. Then goes that way right up towards the 50-metre arc. A chance now for the Tigers if they can pick it up. They've got it, and it'll come back here to the Mouse. The Mouse now has got a lead on from Kirkby, who takes the mark inside 50. And gee whiz, great football. PDK highlight by the Bay. They kick this one, Smitty. You'd think they're starting to make the coffin.
Well, you're probably just about right now. Kirkby, 45 metres out, virtually directly in front, kicking to the Jetty Street Traders end, and we do thank them for their support. Comes in now, big Kirkby. The kick is on its way. Looks pretty good off the boot. The goal umpire has moved just a fraction to his left, but he says that's okay. 2 fingers are up, and Kirkby now has got his second, and the Glenelg side have got their 16th. They go to 16 goals, 9, 105, and North Adelaide 7-6, 48. That is game, set, and match, boys.
It is indeed. It's the only time Glenelg have kicked over 100 points this year. 16-9, 102, I think you said, was it, Smithy? 105? Something like that anyway. They've done pretty well, whatever the score is, 105. And umpire Dick Williams, or Richard Williams as he's also known, balls it up in the centre, and I mean he actually throws the ball up. He didn't balls anything up on that occasion, and O'Hara trying to get the ball out. He does that now. Little too late, boss, for North Adelaide, though. Irrespective of what happens now, they're not going to kick 10 goals and win, almost guarantee you that. Now, a player being dragged forward is Krieg. He's going to need some of the Otters shampoo, I think, to get that hair clean tonight. Don't worry. And Benny Mills was the tackler there. So RPH footy scoreboard 16-9-105 to Bays. North Adelaide, a pathetic, really, 7-6-48. Ends up with more. Ball gives by hand to Backwell, who goes to the Jetty Road Traders end, and he was looking for a leading Panozzo. Gorman going back, couldn't take it. Ruwald, he ended up flicking it. Allen's taken too high. The umpire was right there, didn't see it. McConnell's got it at his 6. The Bays are all over North Adelaide. It's over here down at Challenge Recruitment. There's 17-9, 111. North Adelaide with their pants down, 7-6-48. Grand Central time clock, 3 minutes gone, final term. How
did that umpire miss that over the shot? It was against Rewalt, and you would have thought the umpire was standing right there, couldn't see it, but credit to McConnell, because he kept playing, picked the ball up and snapped truly for his 6. So a fantastic effort by McConnell. The Tiger side doing very well in the centre square area too, getting the ball out. North Adelaide normally very good in there, but the Tigers have been fantastic in there today.
Yeah, and Mark Minkin to be happy with this start for the final quarter, not resting on their laurels, taking it all the way He got a side down. Well, let's finish him off. That would have been his motto at three-quarter time as O'Hara got the left-hander tap through. Came Murphy, but Whittle beat him to the punch. The handball was good. Finds Bamford, who goes onto the left boot. He's looking for Howard. The ball bounces in front of him. Howard's good enough to take it and then evades the tackle. Will chip short. They get the shocking kick down. The Smithfield crash clanger comes back to Howard by hand. He goes back to Whittle. Whittle's kick is smothered by the mouse. The highest I've ever seen a mouse get, but he smothered the ball and the Tigers are running. It comes to Benny Moore. He streamed through the centre. He gives it to Fisher by hand. Fisher now with a sweeping handball gives it to Allen. Back to Benny Moore. What a great goal if he can finish it off in towards full forward, but he can't outcome the Roosters and take the mark. And they'll bring it out here to the half-back flank, and the mark will be taken by Kaysler. So Kaysler now gets right, has he? No, grabbed high. Umpire says play on as the ball comes into the centre. Players will set themselves. First there is O'Hara, but he's hip and shoulder out of the way beautifully by Big Smith. Now a chance here as it's kept back cleverly in play there by the Tigers. Comes now to Fisher, to Smith, I should say. The look-away handball was all stray, and it's gone out of bounds just to the right-hand side of the interchange gates. And the Broadway Hotel side, in actual fact, and the boundary umpire's going to throw it in. Gee, that was exciting stuff when the Tigers streamed out of the fence then as the ball is tapped down by O'Hara. The Roosters tried to fight each other on that occasion. Chance now for the... that'll be a push in the back for sure and certain against the Roosters. The player in question there was Laddams, and it's Boak who stands up and takes the free kick. Half-back on the grandstand side. He'll chip it short now to Benny Mules, who now goes out towards centre wing on the outer side. Hinge has got it for the Tigers. He throws it on the right boot. The lead is on from back. Well, he hasn't stopped running all day as the mouse. He runs inside 50, puts it towards it, full forward. Will it bounce and go through? No, it's just to the right-hand side of the goalpost for a minor score to the Tigers. They go to 17-10, 112. North Adelaide 7-6-48.
So the ball's been kicked back in. Nick Gill, of course, not lining up for the Roosters today, and they certainly could have used him. Wintle has taken the mark. Now he's going to play when he comes to the members' side. He's at the Jetty Road Traders' end. The kick was looking for and finding Ivans, who's been relatively quiet as he's had a few mates as well. Kicks to centre wing grandstand side, coming from behind Fisher. Delvins has taken too high. The original tackle by Ruwalt, good. Fisher came in, inadvertently copped him around the chutney. Ruwalt said to the umpire that I don't like the perfume and the lipstick you're wearing, and 25 metres will be paid, one would think. Or it might be 50, depending on if he said he didn't like the pink lipstick. Well, we just don't know.
No, see, Ruwalt was, he thought he was the only player that actually tackled him, and he didn't actually see his teammate Fisher grab him too high.
Doesn't matter, undisciplined for even back-chatting the umpire. They
and Ruwalt off and Mitchell on.
So Delvins, it is unloading from outside 50. They need to get something here. North Adelaide goes to the square. Laddams went for the fly, couldn't take it. Uni trying to get his hands on the footy. The ball bobbles out backwards. And the hand pass by Mules ends up with the player now in Howard. Howard with the hand pass over the head, but Murphy will be the first one there. Put his head over the football, did it well, wrapped up by Howard in the tackle. Murphy, like a he-man, gets out of it somehow. He gives it the ball to Laddams inadvertently. Laddams is wrapped up. Is that holding the ball? Yes, it is. They can't do anything, North Adelaide. Glenelg, everything is working. The Louts are going berserk there in front of the Glenelg Function Centre. Benny Mills with the footy, cops it right in the... in the downstairs jar of chutney from Laddams. I would have thought 25 metres would have been appropriate. The umpire disagreed. Umpire Williams knows what he's doing, that's for sure. So Mules, is he kicked like a mule on this occasion? We'll have to wait and see, but he's in the back pocket. He's in no hurry, and why wouldn't they be? There's 17-10, 112. North are 7-6-48. Kick out approaching centre wing grandstand side. Murphy will be the first one there, getting involved. Fisher, but Delvins did well. Kicks the ball forward. Richard Douglas in front of Dean Howard, takes it on defensive 50 at the Jetty Road Traders end, which is the other end. Broadway Hotel end is where he took it, and he kicks it to the Jetty Road Traders end. The mouse is in the centre. He now kicks the ball inside forward 50, looking for Kirkby. Getting involved there was the player in Schubert. Ends up now with Allen. Allen, the hand pass to McConnell for 7. Can he do it? No, he can't. The ball's going to rush through. In fact,
no, hit the post.
Okay, hit the behind post. So it's a boundary line thrown. Jetty Road Traders in. We've gone 7.5 minutes thanks to Grand Central. And wetsuit coolers. The wind is going to the Jetty Road Traders in. The Broadway Hotel is going to be chock-a-block full of plenty of Glenelg people after this affair.
Certainly the case, and why not, as the ball is tapped in, or tapped down, I should say, by the Roosters, and Bamford's got it in the defensive 50 outer side. Gets the handball over to Howard. Howard in turn now gives it further afield, and the Roosters are running back to Bamford. He's fumbled and dropped it. The ball's out the back. The Tigers will be first there, will they? No, it's took it off the ground. This allows Wintle to get it, and he'll give it back to Loney, I think it was. No, it was Martin, Allen, I should say.
Player taken high.
And a player taken high out there will... be rewarded for tackling the ball, and that player now gets it over to Allen, who breaks away for the Roosters and bombs it inside 50. The drop punt. Again, the Tigers have the number. Oh, it hit Sherwood on the head. Out the back, though. Taken by Uni. The clever kick. I think it's a check side for a goal. A PDK highlight. That was a great sausage roll to Heath Uni. There's no doubt about him. He's very deadly around the goals, and yet another goal on the board to the Roosters, but too little too late, she cried.
Yeah, it certainly was, but good play by Uni. Again, he was at the front of the pack when the pack flew. The ball came down. He was able to pick it up, as we see an interchange there for Cabillo on, and coming off for Howard. North Adelaide is Howard, courtesy of Jarvis Ford. So, but Uni there in the right place to receive that ball once the ball hit the ground. So good goal by Uni, but too late.
Yeah,
cried.
Yeah, North Adelaide are going to lose this game of football after kicking 18 goals, 28 last week. So ball back in the centre. It's been kicked off the carpet by Kaysler. The mark will be taken. Will it? No. The umpire called play on. I can't pick up who the player was that was claiming the mark. Ty Allen perhaps suggesting the umpire goes to the bench. That's where he was pointing anyway. I think it was Krieg who couldn't take the mark on that occasion. Wakeland got the left-handed palm down, gets it again to Cabillo. Cabillo to Kaysler. And Kaysler intercepted by Mitchell beautifully. Kicked it from centre-half back. He kicks it now, and it's an FAD. And that's just... no, it's not. In fact, it's a free kick somehow to North Adelaide. But anyway, Sherlock Holmes is still confused. The ball's been marked by Bamford outside forward 50. Moore is... standing the mark. Bamford now goes inside 50, but Allen goes back with courage and cops on from Alloway. That's 25 metres in anybody's language. Yes, it is. That's just silly by Clint Alloway. You're getting thrashed. No need to be stupid while you're getting thrashed.
He's getting frustrated, that's why.
Yep. And look, he's had a dirty day. 6-5 last week. 3 PDK Player of the Year votes. Probably the Prince Albert Hotel Player of the Week voucher as well. And today, he won't even make the best 18 for North Adelaide. Anyway, it's been... kicked by Allen, who got a hand pass off to the player in Mills, who went back to Allen on that occasion. A player there in Marnie was tackled. I don't reckon he's had a touch, Josh Marnie, just quietly. Spawn kicks it out wide and finds the player Wakeland took a good mark. Running from defence is Spawn. Spawn's got his player on short. Allen, who's tried hard all day. Allen has got a player running. In fact, he's almost got wrapped up by McConnell. Wakeland gives it further wide still, and Hinge was applying some pressure to the bloke that kicked. I don't know who it was for North, but it goes inside forward 50 as much as you like. Button goes back and says, well, I'm going to take the mark, play on, kick it to Backwell. Backwell's going to rebound from defensive 50, kick it upfield, looking for the player there in Travis Boak. He goes backwards to the run provided from Backwell. So they've won this game without Ben Kane as well, one of their tough midfielders. Now, the Mouse is in a bit of strife here. He's gone underground to Benny Moore. Benny Moore's got a player out wide in Travis Boak, who marks in front of Delvins in between centre wing grandstand side and half forward. Kicks now to half forward. And Marnie, with what's probably his first kick of the afternoon, kicks it inside forward 50. And in front, McConnell. And scouting and lurking was McConnell looking for his 7th, if you don't mind. And the Bays by plenty 10 minutes into the final term on Grand Central here from Darryl Smith. And you call it Dennis Brown.
Yeah, you said the Tigers have done it very well. And you're right, they have done it without Marnie as well today and Kane as well. So they've been a good team all round for today.
The boundary throw-in taken. The player grabbed, almost had his head pulled off. The umpire's paid advantage. I can't see why not. And the goal has gone through. I think Murphy kicked the goal. And the Tigers just adding a few nails to the coffin as it's been lowered slowly but surely into the ground.
You'd be spewing if you were McConnell, because he would have been lining up for his 7th goal, because he was the one that got hit high, and he was only 20 metres out directly in front at the Jetty Road Traders end. But Murphy's picked the ball up, and he snapped truly for his first, and the Tigers have got their 18th on the board. 18-10, 118. They are absolutely belting North Adelaide, 8-6-54.
Ball back in the centre. Umpire Dickie Williams to throw it up. Up she goes. Wakeland and Button. The ball straight down into that muddy patch. Cabillo had a chance. Came to Loney, but his kick only as far as Mitchell. Mitchell's hurried kick taken by Ben Moore. Onto the left boot. The ball wobbles in towards centre half forward. Offhand, some else has got it. The look away handball to Panozzo. Panozzo throws it on the boot. That's gone through. An amazing goal from young Panozzo. He kicked to Roger Moore for, and gee whiz, Smitty, he just threw that ball and went a long, long way, didn't he? Took one step and bang.
He did too, and it was a great handball from Backwell again getting involved. And again, it's the work rate of the Glenelg players in the midfield, getting the ball out and giving their forwards first use of the ball. Panozzo, as you said, DB, just turned around off the one step and went bang to the Jetty Road Traders end and has kicked his 4th, and the Tigers have got their 19th. 19-10, 124, smashing North Adelaide 8-6-54 on the RPH scoreboard. You're on RPH with Paul Blandis.
Ball back in the centre, coming from the side. Wakeland taps it down to Laddams, who's wrapped up by Mitchell in the tackle. And I can tell Glenelg are the only other side that have beaten North this year, because Centrals have beaten them twice. So the Bays have taken a fairly big scalp indeed. So the ball's back in the centre again. Was taken there by Wintle. It was tapped down to him by Wakeland. Ends up giving it to Krieg. Did Wintle. Kicks it towards half forward. But Rudolph, I'll tell you what, he's got to be in the best players for Glenelg.
He's been superb today.
He has been absolutely outstanding. And I'll tell you what, he's got a few mates out there that have been pretty good as well, Darryl.
Yeah, you make mention of the way that Glenelg have beaten North, but it's the way they've actually gone about it today more so than anything that impresses you. They've just been hard and strong and attacking the ball strong. It's been a superb effort.
Well, you wonder if North Adelaide came here underrating Glenelg. But anyway, boundary line throw-in has been taken by Krieg. He kicks it deep inside forward 50. Going back once, he couldn't take the mark. Well, Jeff Smith, was he taken high? No. Sherwood, he tried to get it. Oh, but Douglas was taken high. Yes, good umpiring in a good spot. And I reckon that's umpire Day, I think it might have been.
No, that's Bing.
That's Uncle Bing, okay. Bing Crosby, also known as Andrew. Now, Richie Douglas actually looks to be suffering a little bit from that clob around the jar of chutney. Kicks out wide, and I reckon he is suffering because the kick was a Smithfield crash clanger. Was looking for Smith, but found the boundary line. And coming off Alloway after that undisciplined act before. Coming on will be O'Hara, thanks to Jarvis Ford at Jeps Cross. Ryswick waiting to come on for North Adelaide, but they're gone. They are getting thrashed here at Challenge Recruitment by a side that's just been far committed and better on the day. Glenelg Football Club, well done. Touchdown by Button. Finds more. He throws it out the pack. That's amazing. His arm was being held. He's thrown it out to Adam Fisher. The umpire, Dick Williams, he must have been looking at someone in the stand having a cigarette and a cup of coffee, because he's missed it completely. That's incredible. Allen goes wide into the centre and finds Delvers. That is one of the most amazing things I've seen.
Well,
he's thrown it straight in front of the umpire.
He had one hand held. The only way to get rid of it is throw it.
Oh, amazing. Delvers goes forward and finds Krieger. This is too much for me, DB.
Well, almost too much for Dickie, obviously, as the ball goes in towards 10.5 forward, tucked away there, and running onto it now, Ty Allen. Oh, ran into his teammate. That was Benny Mills, but the whistle's
free
gone.
kick.
And umpire Bing Crosby's found a free kick. It's going to go to Tate Kaysler, and not too sure what that was for. But
he indicated a throw. I reckon it's the one 4 minutes ago.
Unbelievable. That was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen on a football field.
That wasn't picked up.
It wasn't picked up, yeah. He had one arm held, and he just absolutely just threw it. It's almost down the beach, throwing a tennis ball or something.
Okay, Kaisley coming in from 45 metres out, kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. He has just let it go to the side of the right-hand side of the goal umpire, and it's gone through for a minor score. So nothing going right here for the Roosters today.
Well, okay, I think it's Mitchell to bring the ball back into play. We'll go to the outer side. He's looking out there for his teammate in Douglas, but the ball beats him out over the boundary line for a throw-in right on the 50-metre arc on the outer side of the ground. The big, tall timber run to contest this boundary throw-in. Back it comes. Any number of players around the ball too is coming through Smith, but only down as far as Allen, who threw it on the right boot up towards the full forward. Offhand, who's going to be first there? Laddams is lurking. Laddams around the body. Has he kicked it? I think he has. That's a great goal to Laddams around the body. Didn't have a lot of goals to look at, Smitty, but he is very good around the sausage rolls. And that's his second, as the Roosters now go to, is it 9?
9-7.
7. That is 63.
61.
61. Thank you, Smitty. You went to school. I didn't. Glenelg, 1910, 124.
63 points in favour of the Tigers. A fantastic performance, but a good effort there by Laddams, because the ball did come down. He used his pace, got around, saw the opening of the goal, and kicked through, snapped truly for his second. So good effort there. Indeed.
So ball back in the centre. Angus Security's game of the day. And Button and O'Hara going at it. He's been a good player today, has Button, 18 years of age, and they've now got the budget right. At actually his height, he's 198. They've had it at 180 for about 7 years, since he's been about 2. And anyway, ball back in the centre is being taken by Moore. They had Button at 180 centimetres and 80 kilos. He's 198 and 98 kilos.
Man's 1-10. Final score for the MCG. If you're a Melbourne supporter, you've done well. 13-16, 96. Defeating Collingwood, 11-15, 81.
Okay, there. A free kick's been played to O'Hara. Oh, he's handballed to Allen, which is almost a Smithfield crash clanger. Allen's got Krieg outside of the mud, going to the Broadway Hotel end. And the beer will taste good if you're a Glenelg supporter. It'll taste like horses, you know what, if for North Adelaide. And Ivans, without the helmet this year, kicks inside 50. And I reckon this bloke is a bit of a Che Cockatoo Collins lookalike. Josh Cubillo, number 12, goes back, and Johnny Hinge standing the mark. Cubillo will kick from about 45, Darryl. The distance won't trouble him. The angle remains to be seen.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to kick from about 45, as you heard Paul say, kicking to the Broadway Hotel end. And too many North players being passengers today. Whereas haven't been too many passengers in the Tigers outfit. So Cabillo comes in now. The kick is on its way. As he kicked truly, he has kicked a magnificent kick by Cabillo. He's got his first. North have got their 10th. So they are now go to 10 goals, 7-67, still trailing the Tigers 18-10, 124. Grand Central Time Clock says we played 20 minutes of this final quarter on the Angus Securities Game of the Day, RPH Football with Paul Blanders, Dennis Brown and Daryl Smith.
Yeah, interesting statement. A lookalike for Shea Cockatoo Collins is Josh Cabillo, Paul Blanders. One thing's for sure, their surnames both start with C. As coming off is Benny Moore, coming off is Byron Murphy, I should say, for the Tigers. As the ball is now back in the centre, waiting for the umpire to ball it up. Dickie Williams, how did you miss that throw, Dickie? I'll never ever know. As the ball is thrown up, ironically, and taken by Kaysler. He gets it to Allen. Allen, who's probably been the Roosters' best player, to Cabillo. Cabillo now goes up towards half forward. It'll bounce just inside the line and roll over in front of us now. Slout for a boundary throw-in just outside the attacking 50 for the Roosters. If you've just tuned in, you're in for a shock. The Roosters are 10-7, 67. Glenelg are 19-10, 124. It's been a fantastic effort by the Tigers this afternoon. The ball pumped down. Ryswick was a chance to run on. Great skills there by the Tigers coming through. Was that Boak that did it? He gets it over here looking for the player there in Ruwalt. Ruwalt now gathers in the footy. It went short. That was a midfield crash clanger. He gave it straight to Kaysler, who was tackled too high. He got the handball over. Gives it now to Allen. Allen's kick is a beauty. That's a PDK highlight onto the chest of... Is that Uni? It is. And Uni will kick in front of the snout louts just inside the 50.
Yes, Uni's already got 3. And normally a very good kick of the football is Heath Uni. Comes in now. The kick is on its way. It's going to drift past the face of the goal and not make the distance. Up there taking a mark in front is the North player. And is that Wunke right in the goal square. So Wunke will go back, you'd think, and kick his second at the Broadway Hotel end. Good strong mark. We always say you've got to play in front, and that's where he was. And the ball dropped short from Uni, and Wunke was able to hold the mark. So in he comes now at the Broadway Hotel end and has kicked it through and has kicked it out of bounds onto the roof of the school. So they'd be pretty happy. They'll collect that tomorrow morning and get another $50 when they sell it.
But they sell it back to the Glenelg Footy Club. It's a trade that's been working for years, I would suspect. I reckon there's been a fair few footies that have been up there over the years, and a few that have gone into the terrace at the other end here. And of course, the southern end...
You sort of wonder why he would do that.
Well, he's probably frustrated and stupid, perhaps. I don't know. But the Broadway Hotel end is where he was kicking to. And North Adelaide, all it is about now is just some respectability. But I don't think it matters what the scoreboard is. They've been absolutely thrashed here by Glenelg, irrespective of what the final score is. Now, the umpire has indicated too high with Kirk kicking the ball out of the air. Now, figure that out. I reckon that's it. A bloke just out here to my left said it was a joke, and I reckon he's about spot on, because that was the...
That's the most amazing... That's even worse than the decision with Dickie throwing the ball.
I think what he's saying is he'd actually put his leg out into the body of O'Hara, which could be deemed as dangerous.
Yep, O'Hara went wide to Loney. Loney with the long booter too. This bloke's a disappointment. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what list he's on. He is a disappointment, Loney. He should be dominating if he's any good, and he's not. Kirk now from half-back ends up handballing to Travis Boak. This bloke's made of plenty of skill, don't worry. He's gone off to Panozzo now, running around like it's a gala event here at Glenelg Oval. In fact, it wasn't him. Now running onto it now, it's Allen, in fact. So Allen running around like it's a gala again. Gives to Mitchell, who unloads to the Jetty Road Traders end in, will miss. It was a monstrous kick from outside 50. So Mitchell kicks his first behind. He's kicked 1 goal, 1 for the afternoon. Glenelg moved to 125. North Adelaide is 73. We from Daryl Smith, and then you call it Dennis Brown.
Yeah, great play again by the Glenelg side, just running it out of defence in numbers, and you look up the field and you see 5 or 6 players running across the half-forward line. They have been dominant all day, the Tigers.
Certainly have. Campbell to bring it back for the Roosters. Kicks the ball to himself, then has a bounce as he runs out of the 10-metre area. Bombs it now to the grandstand side. Up they fly. O'Hara was in front. Offhand, though, taken by Murphy. Gives it to Kirk. Kirk on the right boot. Up inside 50. Player coming out was met high and consequently dropped the mark. The ball now taken by Schubert for the Roosters. He falls to ground. Gets a handball. Came back there to Mitchell, who kicked around the body. The ball's going on and on. It's hit the post. An amazing kick around the body.
It was a great kick, wasn't it?
Just went on and on and on. It almost got caught in A hurricane.
Yeah, it almost went down to the Jetty Road Traders.
Well, it certainly did now as the ball is handballed over as the ball kicked into the back pocket on the outer side and the mark taken by Allen for the Roosters.
He's certainly been their best player from mine, but Daryl Smith will give you his thoughts about that as it unfolds. He kicks inboard to Spawn, and Spawn plays on now. He's got a loose player. The kick was a beauty to find Ryswick, who marks and outruns Sherwood. Ryswick now goes long inside forward 50. That kick is a Smithfield crash clanger, as has been what most of North Adelaide have dished up today. Smith comes inboard and finds Mules. That was good footy. Smith provides run and Mules accepts that run, and Smith rebounds from defensive 50. Gee, he's got a fair turn of speed, as Jeff Smith. The kick's a Smithfield crash clanger. It's been picked up by the player in O'Hara. Gives off to Che Cockatoo Cubillo, who kicks inside forward 50. Laddams marks. He'll kick from about 45 directly in front to go to the Broadway Hotel end down there on the Broadway at Glenelg. A nice cold beer and nice place to be, Daryl.
Yeah, shouldn't have any problems with the distance. So Laddams, as he comes in now, kicks it to the Broadway Hotel end. Great kick by Laddams. A PDK highlight for him. He's got his third, and North Adelaide now have got their 12th. They go to 12 goals, 779, and Glenelg are 19 goals, 12, 126. And Mark Micken and the Glenelg hierarchy, he'll be very happy with what they've done in the first half, but they would have loved to have seen them actually just rip a side apart and really bury them and not allow them to get any goals. Now, goals in junk time, and that's what's happening here at the moment.
Would have thought so. They take on West Adelaide at this very ground next week. They could suddenly win 2 in a row and have 3 wins on the board, Glenelg.
Sherwood off and McConnell on for the Tigers.
Well,
That is a change courtesy of Jarvis Sport.
They play like they did today. They'll absolutely belt West Adelaide.
Up they go in the centre. The ball tapped down. Running onto it is Loney. He's caught and gets the handball away, but it's to all Tigers. The handball from Ruwell. Missed its target, though, as that goes into a pack of players. And the umpire will move in and ball it up between centre and half forward at the Jetty Road Traders end of the ground.
There's the blokes trying to get the footy on the roof up there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now as the ball is taken by Ryswick, he gave it to Cubillo. Cubillo out to half forward, taken there by Allen, who kicks around the body to Krieg. Krieg is outside 50, will tip short. Oh, he set his teammate up. Through came Ben Mule, tapped it down cleverly, but it's gone to the Roosters. They'll bomb it back inside 50 again. The bounce actually favours Kirkby, who must be playing in defence again now as he bombs it out here to the half-back flank, and the mark taken by Murphy. Murphy now with a sweeping handball gives it to Douglas. Douglas gets past an opponent, but then gee whiz, holding the ball, and I think the umpire has made up his mind to pay holding the ball as it's taken by Schubert. He goes up towards inside 50, and the mark has been paid there to the Roosters. And the player in question is Heath Uni. He'll go back and try and kick number 4.
We will, from about 35 to 40 metres out, right in front of the Snout Louts and the Grog squad there, the North Adelaide Grog squad. Comes in now. 45 the ground. The kick is on its way. It is a good kick. Has it made the distance? No, it's been marked in the goal square by that player, Wadke again. He's turned around and kicked truly for another goal to him. So he's got his third. And again, Mark Micken wouldn't be happy with that. Wadke just standing in front, went up on his own, took the mark and has kicked the side's 14th. They go to 14 goals, 7, 85. They are trailing the Tigers 19, 12, 126. That is on the RPH scoreboard.
It is indeed. So, yeah, you're right, Daryl. It is quite disappointing by Glenelg. 6 goals, 5 is the margin. So, suddenly, it's 41 points. What's happened? Just excuse me there. Just adjusted my microphone. So 41 points. The margin was at a game high 70 at the 11-minute mark on the back of a Panozzo goal. And North Adelaide suddenly is streaming out the centre again. Ends up with Krieg, who gives to Allen. Allen's got a player on the lead. That's Uni again. Going back with courage was Rory Kirkby. Going back in after it was Heath Uni, wrapped up in the tackle. And it will be a ball up right under the RPH football scoreboard. Glenelg 19, 12, 126. North Adelaide 13, 7, 85. And Daryl thinks to Mans might have 10 kitchens and bathrooms. It was the Demons over Collingwood, was it not?
It certainly was.
Okay, ball back in to play here because it was a ball up inside Glenelg's defensive 50. Johnny Hinge in fat handball straight to Cubillo, who's wrapped up by Hinge in the tackle. Cubillo handballs backwards. Richie Douglas trying to go in to pick up the footy. Now he does that. Somehow Adam Fisher comes out with the footy. He did that beautifully. Gives to Backwell, who breaks away from defensive 50. A wide, long hand pass to Button, who taps it on intelligently to Marnie because he was under pressure from Campbell. Marnie now goes looking for Mitchell up forward, but Delbins and Mitchell see it across the line right on attacking 50 Jetty Road Traders end on RPH footy. We're into junk time on the Grand Central time clock. Glenelg will win their 2nd game of the year. North Adelaide will lose their 3rd game of the year. And it just opens up a whole new can of worms for the SANFL in season 07. It's got more twist than an Agatha Christie novel. So boundary line thrown on the outer side. And going in there is O'Hara, gets a double fist down, and it was taken by Allen, who did that beautifully. The mouse round the corner, the leading Mitchell. This could be the nice finish that they're after. Mitchell will go back and kick from about 35 metres. The angle is about 60 degrees at the Jetty Road Traders end, Darryl.
If he gets on, it'll land on Jetty Road. He's monstrous of a kick, isn't he? But Mitchell, from around about 25 metres out, slight angle, and he's coming in, and he's already kicked one goal today, has Mitchell. So 25 metres out, and the Tigers certainly have played a great brand of football today. And in he comes now. The kick is on its way. The goal umpire has moved too far to his left and has signalled a behind. So another point on the board. That's his third behind Mitchell. And 19-13 now, 126. That is Glenelg leading North Adelaide 13-7-85.
Okay, ball to be brought back into play by Spawn for the Roosters. All this thing gone out of the game now. Well,
it's not getting any warmer down here, is it, just quietly?
Next to wetsuit coolers.
Yeah, exactly right. As the ball is kicked out now to the grandstand side, up they fly. Kirk went high. The ball was taken by Delvins for the Roosters. He's kicked it straight back to Kirk, who got the shock of his life. Delvins with a handball, though. He gives it now to Ivans. Ivans will bomb it up towards centre wing. Cavillo, good use of the body, but Mule stood his ground and took the mark. PDK highlighted the handball, which good to Murphy. Murphy will go to the long lead of the Mouse, who's in the pocket. That wasn't the Mouse, it was Ruwald. And it bounced off his chest and out of bounds, just outside the 50 on the grandstand side. Quick transference to play there, Smitty.
Yeah, it certainly was. And again, the way the Glenelg attacked the ball out of defence has been superb all day, and they continue to do it.
Okay, the boundary throw in. The ball tapped back outside the 50. Hinge will be first there. He's tackled by Wintle, and the umpire adjudicated him in the back. A bit unlucky there was Tubby Wintle, because Hinge fell forward and he had nowhere to go, but to follow him down to the turf, as Hinge now will chip it short. The Mouse is inside 50. The Mouse is going to have a shot for goal. The kick's going on and on. The Mouse has kicked the sausage roll to the Tigers. That's his first goal. Back well. They go to 20 goals, 13, 133. North Adelaide 13-7-85.
You just got to wonder who the player from North Adelaide is that was to be on Backwell on that occasion. They saw Hinge get the free kick. Backwell just trickled down into the half-forward area, and Hinge saw him. He actually flipped over, and no one still went to Backwell, and Hinge was able to get up, kick the ball to Backwell, who turned around and just went bang from around about 48 metres out and kicked truly for his first at the Jetty Road Traders end. 2013, 133, North Adelaide 13-7-85.
Great performance by Glenelg, and a very, very big disappointing effort by North Adelaide today, but full compliments to the Bays. Have done well. Ball up in the centre, Button got high, was taken by the Mouse. He somehow got a hand pass out. I don't know how. He got it to Allen. Allen goes forward to be looking for McConnell or Ruwald, but Schubert is the man in front. The umpire called play on. That's not a bad decision as it turned out. Ends up now with Campbell. Campbell by hand to the player in Spawn, who bounces his way out. Defensive 50, siren time and celebration time for the Bays here at Challenge Recruitment. And that is their second win for the year, and both wins have come at Challenge Recruitment. The final score, the Bays 2013, 133. North Adelaide 13-7-85. RPH football, Darryl Smith.
Yeah, magnificent performance by the Tigers. McConnell got 6. 4 there to Finozzo, and then 2 there to Rewalt, also 2 to Kirkby. Singles there to Allen, Backwell, Fisher, also Kane, Mitchell and Murphy. For the North Adelaide side, you had 3 there to Laddams, 3 there to Wadkey, 3 to Uni, and then singles there to Allen, Ellaway, Cubrillo, and also Kaysler. So final scores here on the Angus Securities Game of the Day. RPH football, it is Glenelg 20 goals, 13, 133. North Adelaide 13-7-85. That is on the RPH scoreboard. And we'll quickly go back to the studio, have a quick break and come back and wrap up here on Angus Securities Game of the Day. RPH football, Paul Blandis, Dennis Brown and Darryl Smith.
Where behind us, never mind, was twice as fine to win away from Tiger Man. We never weep until the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, there's no one with balls away from Tiger. Yellow and black, where's the Tiger Land? 11 miles of fight and think forever Tigerland. We never weak until the final siren star. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold, forever Tiger. Yellow and black, where's the Tigerland? We're behind the 11 miles of fight and forever Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren star.